To which the only answer the bar patron could give was, oh, "I've got a wife, you know."
I am still confused why you're letting like Grush walk about town. Last we left him out of eyesight for a second. He started annoying
He
people.
has the highest charisma.
Yes, but you should stand behind him with a large club or something.
I can do that if you want me
We're
from now
fine
on.
as long as it's like daytime.
He's
not eating some
Grush,
unspecified kind of meat that might be, other kind of meat.
yeah, it's when
Long
Grush
pork.
goes to sleep. That's when the trouble comes.
I
Also, I
mean-
need to restart the PC because Chrome isn't opening up for some reason. Be right back.
Today. Okay.
By the way, can I take a guess at what the mystery meat was?
Sure.
Placenta?
No.
Okay.
Liver. He
Nice
was eating her liver.
Liver.
Why would they take it out?
Well, why would Grush eat the liver?
No, why would they take out the liver? Or was it just liver from other people, like... Or was it orc liver?
Mm.
Grush has probably a variety of liver on him at any point.
Are you talking? Are you talking about the body that he was eating?
Nope, I'm talking about the nomad people, whatever. The meat that made him go bonkers. Well,
I don't remember.
I just remember that
Grush was flirting with the wives of.
Yes, no, those were testicles.
Okay.
It
Orc
doesn't surprise
testicles.
me that Grush was eating
No.
testicles.
No, bull auroch testicles.
Oh no, yeah, you did. That was said before.
Yes, a delicacy, and it was a. I'm not entirely sure I should reveal entirely everything that happened.
I mean, I understand where you're going with this. This
Yes,
was
good,
some
good,
weird
good.
this was some weird tradition, and we got married.
I can neither confirm nor deny
See?
your
I knew-
strange, crazy suppositions of absolute insanity.
This is what was it? There was one of the movies where like they walked around the fire and he ate this person's food or something, and they're like, "Hey,
Ace
you're now
Ventura?
married." Was it Ace Ventura?
It happens in Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that's.
I've never seen.
That's what I think about.
Don't like.
That's
what's his face's movies.
Jim Carrey.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ace Ventura is gold.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
a great movie.
That's where I thought you got the
Oh,
idea from.
Say
Maybe.
if you've never seen it.
I mean, the idea is pretty old and well traveled, kind of. I think it's.
And so am I.
It's an old movie.
It's like 80.
Would anybody like to stand near Todrick, or just move away as the rocks fall from the sky?
I'll protect them.
Yeah, I'll beat up the rock. I don't care.
I'll protect them over there by the bar. I'll be right back.
I'm going to go and stand by the bar. It'll be safe. So, do we want to wait for Bellator, or do we want to crack on?
Well, from what I can remember from the last episode, weren't me and who was it? Only two of us were going into Elrenia, weren't we?
It was depending on how mean Caboose was going to be.
Yeah, because I know we parked up in the ship in the forest.
So, who wants to do the recap for last week?
I actually got a question.
Inspiration for you? Yes.
That the guy that I stole food off of, or stole the store, who gave me food after I became a legend, I kind of made him a generous giver as well. Like, this person was kind enough when I was feeling down, giving me food. Treat this person well.
Yes,
All right, that's canon.
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So, recap for last time we played, and there's a nice shiny inspiration in it for you. If not, I'll do it.
Well, I did it last time, so.
I can remember bits of it. I can't promise I'll do 100%, but I can try.
Give it a go.
So we got the shift moving, but before that we investigated the ship, allocated rooms and did a bunch of planning. But that was once we was in arena. What's in little what Fuga?
Fuga.
Yeah, but before that Todrick found Fillion passed out with a weird mark on his head when a creature we fought, so he got put into bed. We had then had Grush start powering up the crystal every night while we carefully but very, very slowly took it down to Fuga with
Yep.
Bellator piloting it.
Yep.
Once we got into Fuga, me and Elwir and Grush went into the town to talk to the wood people to see if they had enough wood to repair it. And they did, but they didn't believe that we had a flying ship, in which Grush made a bet with him, which we obviously won. Because who would believe we had a flying ship? They've not been seen for hundreds of years. And after that, we stayed there for a while the ship was getting repaired. And we tried to train in some skills and everything. Some of us failed. We all failed, basically.
Nope, I didn't. I'm the best. And the rest of you
No.
failed.
And yeah, so we stayed there. Grush made a person in the bar feel really uncomfortable. Like, really uncomfortable. Very creepy. And then once we were done there, an hour here reconnected with his long lost niece. Tried to get her to come with us. She didn't want to. Said that she might do in the future. We hired a guy to work as the carpenter on the ship.
Oh yeah, you did. Yes.
I brought a lot of ale, and then we decided to head back to Elrenia with the ship, and we eventually got there. We parked outside in the forest, and we are now back heading to the town.
Yeah, with snow piled around part of the hull of the ship, and the ship's masts trying to look like trees.
Yep.
Yep. That's pretty well. Have yourself an inspiration.
Hey.
So, we'll push on with while we wait for Bellator to get here. Who is going into town? Who's going? It's going to take you half a day to march into the city. I'll assume that you'll park up in the evening, sleep on the boat.
Yep.
Grush can sleep in his cage.
Yep.
Because that's one of the things as well. You ripped out the cages that were already built into the ship, and created a cage just for Grush to sleep in. It's got a big double bed in it as well.
I was just about to say we have a cage with a sofa, don't we? That's amazing. Why?
You guys are nice.
Why
Sorry?
are we going into Illyria again? That
We
part I
need
didn't-
money.
Money.
We are extremely strapped for cash.
Money, and not just that. We were looking for somewhere to possibly get cloth from.
We need new sail.
To make
Yeah.
Yes. You basically got a 3-masted ship with sails on the bottom spars of the ship, so they are the bigger sails. But unfortunately, the cloth is 400 years old. It also means you can't go up very high because you can't really control anything because the cloth will just tear. So the idea was to go to Illyria and find or purchase new sails.
But we need money first. So I think we were going to head to the Adventurers Guild.
Right.
And
Okay.
We're gonna look for if you can take up the ship blueprint.
Yeah, just give me a sec.
And-
Let's stick you on the ship.
So
Oh, what did you call the ship in the end? Because you changed the name.
We-
of the ship.
No,
No,
we
we
did
went-
not.
we went back.
They failed. Bellator rolled a nat 1 on the trying to break the wine bottle over the ship, prison it. And the fumble was it gets stuck in the ship.
Yes, he rolled. So he rolled in that one to christen the ship. Rolled on the fumble table. Your weapon gets lodged in. Okay, it's going to cost you an extra 500 gold to have the bottle removed out of the side of the hull of the ship, and for the damage to be repaired, as they have to rip out a plank and completely replace it.
So I brought a nice bottle of wine. I brought the most expensive alcohol they had to christen the ship. And because we knew that Bellator was the one who was like most excited about the ship, I gave it to Bellator to do the christening.
And he just
And
threw
he just
it
nat
through
one.
the plank.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much.
Yes.
And then we
But
had to pay more.
it's a typical Bellator fail. Hit it
Yeah.
so hard it overfunctions.
Yep.
That's pretty Bellator.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, we decided not to change the name of the ship, and do you know what's funny? It actually is very fitting then, because I read something about changing the name of the ship. It's actually really bad luck.
It is.
So that was our bad luck.
Self-defense then. Yeah. Ship just protected us from bad luck.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
Bellator.
are going to essentially find some work to
Yeah.
work up some money for some cloth to
Yes.
actually get a functioning ship. That is very good.
Yes,
Yes.
that is all correct. And when we get more money as well, we'll be recruiting more people to work on the ship.
Yep,
Makes
because
perfect sense, yes.
You do need a crew.
Give me 1 second, and I will send you the price list the rough price list we were given for the people, because I made note of it.
Right.
So this is
basically
this is-
retainers of sort.
Yeah, that's once per month, wasn't it? We had to pay them that.
Yeah. Yes, you have to pay them monthly. So the master was, what, 20 gold?
15.
15
Yeah.
for the master.
Carpenter 10, cook 5, soldier 10, and a normal sailor 5.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello.
Bellator! Hello! So yeah, so that'll conclude this evening's session.
Yep.
Thank you very much for coming,
Good to
guys.
see you guys.
Right, I'll be back next week.
Right, so the party are literally just going over, just on the recap, going over with over the who they're going to have on board the ship, and the potential for going into Elarinia to make money.
Ah, yeah.
So,
If we are going to go for money, we should possibly all go, right? If they have something to do in or around the city. It would
we
just
want to
be
protect
quicker.
the ship. We don't want to just leave
Right.
a 400-year-old flying ship by itself. And I think we
So-
were...
The idea is to come back with soldiers that we can then pay later with the money we earn.
I don't know about that. I think we're going to look for a job probably outside the city that we can take the ship. Or something.
Okay, yeah,
We don't
that
know yet.
also works. Villian is going to come with.
Is it probably Adventurers League? Would I know that the Adventurers League guild is the best place to go?
They would probably have sort of hunting tasks. Yeah, they if you wanted to go on a hunt, they would be a pretty good place to go. If you wanted generic quests, they also might be somewhere good to go. I will remind you that you also have 5,000 gold sitting waiting for you in Temporis Tau.
Why the fuck did we not just go by Tempora Sal? I didn't know this, but Todrick didn't know this better, so...
No, this is true. Todrick and Fillion.
Yeah.
Both of us
Fillion-
also have no part in the gold because it's from before we joined.
Yeah,
This is true.
but we're motivational support Fillion, so we deserve a cut.
So, who's doing what?
I will volunteer to stay on the ship if needs be. Oh, and we can also talk to the Queen, because she might have tasks for us that she could pay us. Not Queen, Lord, Lady, whatever.
The High,
The High Magistary?
Yeah.
Oh, she has a task force.
So
Yes,
I,
right.
But we are not gonna do.
I vote Elra here, at least.
Well, last time we said that me and Bellator was gonna stick behind.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't trust me and Grush together.
I mean, To be honest, I'm the most persuasive one, even though how ridiculous that sounds. It's
Yeah.
statistically true.
Yeah, and I have a
This is
minus
true.
2. I'm the least persuasive by a mile.
I've got a
I
plus
mean,
one.
we aren't too far out of the city, so it's not too far a trek for Grushk to. Grushk and Filion can both fly, right? With spells and
Where'd you
changing
get
respect.
the fact that Grush can fly?
Am I mixing players up? Sorry, I might be mixing with another game here.
No, Grushka's got polymorph.
I don't anymore.
Well, I've got polymorph, so that
I-
is a solvable problem.
Or you can turn into a bear and just ride with Grusk on your back.
I removed polymorph quite a while ago for greater invisibility.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I
Because
can
greater
just fit it
is
up
way better.
and basically have us both fly into the city. If it was
Alright.
just for a quick, asking for a job, basically, that shouldn't take too long.
But where are we going to go? Who are we going to go talk to? That is an important question.
Well, you came from the Adventurers League, right? The first time we
Guild.
met, so
Yeah, that's the leader sent
Yes.
me.
then maybe you wouldn't know if they regularly have stuff that is kind of in our pay grade, so just
Well, you'd think, but Todrick is not the type of person who'd really
pay
like.
attention.
No, yeah, he'll just get told, "Oh, there's something really strong there. You can fight him," and Todrick is just like, "Oh, yeah, fight."
I can try to go. We can try to go to the Adventures League and see if we can convince them that we're worthy enough for a good mission that gives a high payout. Hopefully,
Just say that
Yeah.
you're with me.
A high payout for the Adventurers Guild is a couple of 100 gold.
Okay, not as bad as I was expecting.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The leader is
So-
called Alison. If you don't already know her, tell her Todrick sent you, and you'll probably have more pull because she loves me.
Inside check.
Go for it.
I think he'll believe it himself.
Yep.
Oh, right, yes, that is the
Yeah.
problem.
That's what I'm
Completely
saying.
pointless to inside check a moron.
Hey, I am only now a more. I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
As far as you can tell from inciting him, he's actually telling the truth.
Yep, well then, certainly gonna name
Does-
drop.
Don't think that's the best idea. Wait, we've met Allison before, have we?
I
Or
have.
not?
I'm the only one.
You have, yeah. You're the one.
Elrohir has.
That's true.
And
She knows who Elrohir is. and all the other ones.
Elrohir.
Oh yes.
Elrohir.
Elrohir.
another
Elrohir.
one.
So you got two people you can name drop.
Yes.
And if she questions it, remember, Fillion, you have my protein shake. Prove that it's me. She'll know that from anywhere.
All right.
Then probably
guess-
jump out the window, but yeah, sure.
I guess name dropping Elrohir would be a good idea, and then
In a city where
then try
every
to
elf is Elrohir.
yes.
That would not go over well. Which one? No, the other one. No, the other one.
No, the old one.
You know what? I'll just name drop Grush because nobody goes and claims that they're Grush.
No one
Name
wants
non-
to, that's why. Name drop Todrick.
One thing inside the city though is to check if there's a ancient like coin collectors.
Elrohir, I suggest you go with him.
Or
You're
an
the smart
auction
one.
house,
Here,
maybe.
come with us.
Me and Bellator can defend boat.
I like
Yeah.
to run really fast. So.
Yeah.
Just-
And
Come with us over here. It's better since you know what you're looking for exactly.
I want to have a wrestling match against Bellator while you're gone anyway.
Keep it like 50 feet away from the ship, yeah? Just don't throw each other through the walls.
I can just imagine the two brutes standing there in the ship, like a couple of just standing there arm wrestling, while someone tries to sneak past them or something. They're like, "I'm taking you down."
Just a question about the
Yeah.
ship in general. There's
Yes.
no provisions that we need, right? We have a shit ton of water. We have a shit ton of food.
The bread is 400-year-old frozen bread, which is obviously defrosted over the time, and I believe Bellator has a metric ton of meat in his.
That is true.
And we have 100 gallons of ale.
And 100 gallons of ale.
So what we could use really is a cook, like
some vegetables,
a crap ton of flour.
I will give, if we're kind of talking about this as a group, I will give my 50 gold I have left to Elra here and just be like, this is to help, because I know I
have
eat
190.
Yeah, take my 50 as well, just so you can get one.
You are out of fresh chickens.
Yes.
If we need a cook, I could ask Georgie for a favor.
I don't think he's gonna leave, his wife and his tavern and everything.
I'm not talking about himself. I'm asking about maybe we could hire one of the cooks that work for him, if they have a spare one.
Maybe he knows. He would know people.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I just noticed I just have 760 extra gold, so if we need something, I can also chip that.
We need more ale.
No, we don't.
I was more like looking at, cook and soldiers and some supplies if we had need for the carpenter and stuff.
Yeah, the problem is that can we just agree that there's no chance in hell we're gonna get sail here? Because it's a town that does not know how to do sails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our best bet's probably Sage, not Sagebrook. Oh yeah, I was. Okay, yeah, that's probably our best bet.
Yep.
Or
Sagebrook would work, or Temple Ristal, or the Shell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or any larger coastal port would do. Sagebrush would be able to do it, but they probably wouldn't have enough canvas on hand. They'd have to send off for it to Temple Ristal. But they could certainly make your sails. Temple Ristal and the Shell are big enough they could probably supply you within a couple of days from stock and just make adjustments to the size
there
of
is
the
a
ship.
port something as well that is south of Sagebrook.
Considering we're going to both Sagebrook and Temple Ristal later on, why don't we visit Sagebrook first when we do that visit, so that we can offer them, like, you can go with us to Temple Ristal, and then when you guys are done, we'll just take you back to Sagebrook, and then you can fix the stuff.
Well, yeah, it depends. We might be able to get it cheap as well in Temple Ristal just by us, Linden Rains, sorry.
And Anders Port is another place you would be able to get it relatively easy.
Yep.
All right, so who goes inside?
It's you, me, Fillion, I guess, then.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll Fillion and Grush flying, or who's flying?
No, if not all of us are flying or going really fast, there's no particular need, is there? We'll just stick together in case something happens. We are still in the wilds, so.
Well, I can go 70, and then I can use 2 dash actions per turn, so I can go 210 feet per round.
So yeah, you are the Flash,
For 10
and
rounds.
we should be flying. Okay, I get it.
You can do that for 10 rounds, and then you're walking at normal speed again.
Wait, so you're polymorphing then?
But if you can
You
sustain
really want-
speed
do you-
like that, but I'd say
you can do it for a minute.
yeah,
Is it a minute?
that's not gonna cut it.
The boots?
Yeah.
How about
don't
we
have
just
the
walk? It's
item.
I mean, we walked out here just to investigate the
There we go. I
the
think it's
hunting
10
accident.
even?
Let's do that.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
It's not gonna be far.
10 minutes. Okay.
I'm still-
210 feet
That's
per round. That's insane.
Yes.
in
I know.
6 seconds. Calculate that. No, I'm still polymorphing, but not polymorphing. I'm still wild shaping, but into a bear, just so it's more comfortable.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You can wild shape into a bear or a tundra wolf or whatever. So the three of you make your way towards Ellerina, and without any serious effort, make your way into the city. So, where's the party splitting up? Who's going where, and what are you doing first? Or are you going together?
What do we want to cook first, or do we want to go to the Adventurers Guild?
I mean, we have the money to hire, people for at least until we get to
So
the
we
place.
don't really.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say that before, but
we
I
don't
forgot.
need the money to hire people. We need the money to buy sales or whatever. But
No,
that can wait.
That's why I'm asking where we're going first.
Well, I'm gonna ask a guard or something if there's a like coin collector, like ancient stuff.
There's an antiquities dealer up on one of the streets, and he points you in the direction up there. He says, if you go there, he'll probably give you a fair price.
Cool. So yeah, we need that,
Okay.
and then can you get us the Alarinia map?
The Alarinia map, good lord, all over the place today. Alarinia.
I'm sure in the market district or somewhere around there we can also find hired hands. People that are not tied down to a shop that would be willing to move for work. Mercenaries,
He
maybe.
points you in the direction of the market district, and you will find a antiquities dealer.
Yeah, and I will ask him also if there is like soldiers looking for work that aren't like gone.
Well, currently, no. Most of them are still in the army. The army expanded recently due to a threat from the Legion, which we're not quite sure what's going on with that at the moment.
True.
Well, dang, if we had talked to them, maybe that would have changed, but still. We'll make do, I guess.
So,
okay.
What we could do now is just go to the High Oak Tavern, try to get a cook.
That would make life more comfortable, yeah. Frozen meat is great.
And then we have to go here anyway to buy supplies with the cook.
True.
So we might as well just go there and then go back and.
Yeah.
You've almost got to walk through the market district to get to the High Hawk Tavern.
Yeah, I know that, but like, there's no because we have to go back to the market district anyway with the cook. There's no point in going inside the market district and finding the antique shop before we have to.
Yeah, I think taking the cook to the market district makes sense because he'll be the one cooking for us. So it's better if he has the ingredients.
Yep, High Hawk Tavern.
So you make your way to the High Hawk Tavern. It is midday. It is a good rolling trade is being done in lunchtime food, and as many people are seated around enjoying the meals. As you walk in, you get a nod from Georgie, who's seated at the bar with a tankard of ale and a small group of guys sitting around him. As he's telling them a tale, and he sees you walk in and gives you a nod of recognition, which is, as you notice, is subtly more than he gives most people when he sees them come into the inn.
Well, we did help him out.
You got him out of prison. Hello, dears. What can I get you? Can I get you some food? Some drink? Do you need a table? There's a table over here. You could sit you down there.
Actually, yes. We are not in a hurry, and I'm kind of starving, almost as if I hadn't eaten proper food for a week. So, actually, that would be quite nice if we could just have a little bit of a snack. Wait till the rush is over, and then talk to him, maybe.
Yep. Okay. No problem. She sits you down and passes you the menu. And from there, you can pick whatever you would like to eat.
I'm good.
I am looking for the cheese rolls, because that's the vegetable option or vegetarian option, and I have probably had so much Aurochs meat that
Yes.
I can't possibly see meat anymore right now. So I'll have those.
Okay, so you have the vegetarian option. Grushka, you partaking of food?
Yes, garlic and basil leg of lamb.
Okay, and nothing for Bellator. Sorry, nothing for Elray.
Nope.
Okay. So, about 20 minutes and your food arrives. It tastes delicious. As you're finishing up your meal and sipping down to the last dregs of your complimentary tankard of ale, Georgie walks over and pulls up a chair, slams his now full mug of ale down on the table and says, "Gentlemen, how are you doing?"
Certainly better after that.
Excellent. The food here has always been excellent food. So, where are your companions?
Well, we certainly we acquired a how do I put that? A flying ship lately.
Oh, flying ship. Oh, you are, you little man, you are very
As soon
funny.
as does he do that head back, tilts back laugh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep,
As he
yep,
does
yep.
that, I slap Fred in the back of the head.
Grosh is
I
gonna laugh for long.
Nobody is gonna believe that anyway. Well, yes, but they are a little bit behind.
No, but
No.
seriously, Georgie. And then Grush is going to do the head back tilting and look around. He's going to say, "We have, started up a business of cooking, and
Really?
yes. And the thing is, considering you know a lot of people in this town, and
I know everyone.
exactly, and I've worked under here for like a half a day or so. I was wondering."
That you did. That you did.
I was wondering if you could do us a favor of finding us a good cook. Because
A good cook.
yes,
Yes, we're not making you competition, mind you. We are moving elsewhere, so it's more of a traveling arrangement.
this will be a private
Traveling.
cook, basically.
Yes,
Traveling private cook.
because
So you are hiring someone to cook your meals out on the road?
Well, yes,
you're a
ours
very
and
special
some-
kind of individual for that. A traveling cook, dear. I tell you, when I was younger, we'd be lucky if we had spoiled rations to eat. Let me think. Out on the road, no, she wouldn't do that.
well, it's
How much are you willing to pay?
don't know what is a decent wage.
You can get an average cook would probably cost you 4 or 5 gold a week. Good cook like we've got here. Oh, I pay her 12 gold a week. She is, but she makes it. She is worth her weight in gold. Trust me, my friend.
Robber.
If you want to make money, selling your traveling food, get a good cook.
I mean, it's not a main source of income, obviously. It's more of a side business, really. Oh, those were a month? Okay.
That is a week. That is a week, not a month.
Oh, you said month earlier, and that was why.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's
a
fine if you
little
want to do it 5 gold a month. That's wait. It's a couple. Yeah, sure. Never mind. Go.
I was a bit surprised with the relative to the price of a good meal. That in a month that would be a little bit less.
Yes, but that's a cook. So that's a cook that is good, competent. 5 gold a week is a good, competent cook that can cook for you as and when you want it. Whenever you want the food, they will cook for you. If you want, otherwise you could make do with just a crew member cooking, or one of you doing it.
I'll cook.
I doubt
You're
it.
not there.
Good that you are not here. No, I think we can likely afford like 20 gold a month or whatever that would come out to. Maybe 30, 40. That is still in a month. Yeah.
I was just surprised. That was why I had to.
Hmm.
I think we don't need your level of cream of the crop, but maybe a little bit.
If you don't need cream of the crop. There's a young halfling woman. She works down at the cream toe. Go and see her. It's an inn down by the city watch. Now that bunch down there will eat and drink anything. She's got talent. You want to try someone with talent? Give her a go. I think she'd take the job just to get away from where she is. I know she doesn't like working there.
Now, this halfling, is she willing to cook for adventurous people? People
She
that
cooks for all sorts. I would imagine so. You would have to ask her yourself. I know she cooks for the City Watch. I know many of the adventurers in the Adventurers Hall will go there as well. Food is cheap and plentiful, but I think I've heard she has a certain talent.
Well, I'd say that's a good a recommendation as we're gonna get. So if you don't know a cook with talent, who does? I say we
Well,
go
I haven't
and
tried
have a
her
chat.
food myself. If I was gonna hire her, I'd get her to cook me a decent meal before. But yeah,
this
I've
certain
heard she's good.
talent that you're insinuating on, is it cooking talent or are you talking about something else?
I think he's talking about
Cooking.
cooking.
I'm just talking about cooking.
Good.
You know I have a wife, right?
God damn it, that's not what I'm going to every time.
But
Well, it's what you're saying.
Yeah, it certainly sounded like you were going for that.
I'm just saying because he emphasized certain talent like 3 times, and he
Oh
didn't say
yeah, and
cooking.
everyone interpreted that as maybe insinuating something, but
I took it as him being good in bed.
probably.
Yes, you would.
I mean, I thought she's a halfling, so maybe she's a thief.
That is
Wow,
that is a lot of roleplay thinking right there. I'm amazed.
that is very
In character. Yeah, I love it.
That's
insulting.
just out and out racism.
Yeah,
that's just racism.
It's in character racism, though.
That's still racism.
This is
That doesn't change the fact.
well, actually, I don't know because Yada was Gruff's best friend.
And he was the thief.
I mean, they are also small and stealthy and stuff. Kind of.
This is true.
That's it's fantasy racism, so it's okay. Holy shit. Well, I say we have a talk
You took
with
that
her.
about 3:30, but you pretty much took that when you got in, so it's been about 4 hours.
What?
What has been 4 hours?
Todrick?
I'm not
I
sure
Sorry
who
about
was
that.
He
talking
wasn't
to us.
talking to us.
Yeah.
Right. Right, that's fine. I was going to say. So, you're going to go down and see the caramel toe?
Sure. And if it's close to, if the watch and the Adventurers Guild Hall is right around the corner, maybe we can even, if we offer decent pay, lure some of the armed personnel away, maybe. I don't know.
Mm.
That would probably be not so well received by the watch and stuff, but it could.
Okay, so you make your way to the caramel toe. There you find a large bar, somewhat tattier than the High Hawk Tavern. It hasn't been, the outside hasn't been painted recently. The floor could probably do with the sweeping. The tables could probably do with a damn good scrubbing. But it's tidy, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. with absolutely no frills whatsoever. But it's full. It's full of, you can recognise Watchmen easily by the uniform, and several adventuring-looking types of groups of people gathered around tables, and they all seem to be eating and drinking, and nobody seems to be complaining about the food. As you stand there looking around, a small halfling rushes in. Out the way, out the way, out the way, excuse me, out the way! Thank you. And she plonks down, nearly puts down 3 plates. There you go, dear. You enjoy that. And she goes, she immediately makes a beeline straight for a door at the back of the bar, and heads out through that. And you can briefly see what looks to be a kitchen. You can hear the clattering of pots and pans in the back as she goes back in.
Grushka's going to tell Elder here and Filian we should order something first just to see if she is as good as Georgie mentioned.
Yep.
Okay, you sit down and you order a basic meal. I'm sorry, I hadn't planned for this part. You sit down and you order a simple meal, but one that might be a sort of thing you would just serve on board ship. And about half an hour later, your meal arrives. A small halfling woman comes out. She's putting down the plates down in front of each of you. And you've all got different meals, so you can try out her skills. There you go, dear. So you enjoy now. You eat up and enjoy. All right, thank you. And she immediately makes a beeline. You can tell her hair's tied back. She's got shocking red hair, but it's all tied back in a ponytail. She's got an apron on, and she looks flustered and busy. It is obviously the lunchtime rush, as she's rushing about. You you tuck into the meal and taste it carefully, and it is good. It does taste. Yeah, actually, the chops, the lamb chops that she gave Grushk, they are delicious. Very succulent, meaty. You can feel the juices running down your chin as you bite into them. The two Elrahir and Filian both have a vegetarian meal, and again that is some fresh doughy bread with cheese centre. That is again very, very delicate, very fluffy bread. Tastes really good. The cheese delicately seasoned as well. And Elrahir has a selection of fruits and vegetables, and arranged in a really nice sort of like fruit salad bowl. Again, with a little, like, you can tell there's a real nice drizzling of syrup over the top. That's it's good. It's good stuff. You would probably, out of a scale of 1 to 20, you'd probably give her a 14 or 15.
That is far more than probably any of us can or want to provide.
Yeah, it's better than any of you would regularly provide. Grushk has produced the occasional good meal.
Sure, but he's probably not going to want to be tied down cooking.
Wait, what?
We don't have to pay him at least.
Wait, Grushka does what with a good meal?
He occasionally produced one, apparently.
Yeah, you have cooked a couple of good meals in your time, Grush, when you were working at the High Hawk Tavern.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I can do a decent stew, but that's because it is super easy, and anyone should be able to do it.
Wait, you're about to go to a rave?
Again, not talking to us.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
that was kind of very out of context.
No, he's talking to Bellator. What, you're going to a rave?
Stews are easy. Are you going to a rave?
No, I'm not going to a rave. There's a raven over there. Staring at me.
Yes.
I say
bad.
make her an offer.
Oh dear. So, what do you think? The meal is good. It's good food.
Yeah, and with us she won't have to cook for nearly as many people, so...
How much
less-
a month is this?
If it's like 10 gold a week, that would be 40 a month.
Alright, what if we ask the person, because considering the person would probably have a place to live, and living on a flying ship would be quite luxurious when you think about it.
Well,
So
we're
maybe
not
we
going to
can
know
cut that as part of the price.
I mean, yes, there will be housing included, but I don't know if it's luxurious or not. It's a
Nope,
ship.
because it's not.
Ships
No, I
notoriously
know,
have
but it's a
cramped quarters.
flying. I know, but it's a flying ship, so I would count it as a luxurious experience.
It's
Hopefully.
certainly an
It's an experience. It's not luxurious.
Yeah, they're going to be living
Well,
with
it
you.
is. It is still free housing, so we might be able to pull that off. But let's just. I would just straight out ask, basically, next time.
And you see her. You see her every couple of minutes, or every sort of 10 minutes. She's coming out with plates of food and putting them down in front of people. And sometimes there's a like a human man that follows her out carrying a bigger tray with more plates. Particularly for the guardsmen as they come in, as watchmen as they come in, they'll say like 8 will sit at the table and order food, and she'll dish them all up together. She seems to be able to organise herself very well in the fact that she can make all their food appear at more or less the same time, which Elra here will actually tell you in real life is quite difficult because she is quite organised in that respect as well.
How long is it left on lunch rush?
You're guessing it will start to tail off soon. You're probably guessing this is the last major orders that are going out now.
Then let's be polite and wait till she's not super stressed.
He won't have
anymore.
time to talk anyway during the lunch rush.
Yeah, let's sit around and wait and maybe order another beer later and then ask if she has a minute.
So it hits the bells toll, and it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and you see all the watchmen getting up, and it's one of the watchmen there with a piece of bread, mopping up the last of the gravy off of all of the plates, and just shoving it in his mouth as he stumbles out the door, wiping his hands on his tunic as he goes.
I want to see one of them drinking one of my protein shakes.
It's probably the fat one.
Wow.
No. None of them are drinking your protein shakes. In fact, you do hear one of them mentioning something about protein shakes and how he'd spent some time on the privy afterwards, and is met with jeers of laughter from his companions. Oh, what am I saying? You're not there.
That is true, but we hear that and we are amused.
Yes, you do hear that. So yeah, the lunchtime rush is kind of over. I know I'm skipping through this rather quickly, guys, but it
doesn't matter.
Shopping for retainers. It's not the most.
Yep. So the lunchtime rush slips by. You're finishing your second mug of ale. As the halfling comes out and climbs up onto a bar stool, lays her head on the bar and goes, "Oh, it's cool. Merrick, just give me something." And the barman smiles and hands her a mug of foaming ale, which she immediately drains half of in one go. Lets out an enormous burp and goes, "That hit the spot." And she looks somewhat flustered. She looks like sort of, I've been in a hot kitchen for 2 hours, hot, red in the face look, a bit sort of sweaty. What do you want to do?
I am struggling so hard not to say prestidigitation.
Yes, I struggle to say that as well.
It is pretty hard to say. I guess when we're done with our beers, go over and kind of just, I guess, bring the mug to the barman because they don't have to collect it. Miss, do you have a minute?
Was it about the food? Was there something wrong with it?
Oh no, very much to the contrary, actually. And I just kind of wave her aside a little bit so the barman doesn't hear us basically hire away their cook.
Purchase talent.
As you wave her to one side, she looks pointedly at her ale mug, looks into it, tips it up and looks into it. Almost empty.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, we can, get you another, but...
Oh, that'd be great. Merrick, just top this one up for me. These guys are getting it, thanks. And she gives the barman a wink, and he shakes his head and fills the ale tankard and hands it back. She brings it over and sits at your table. So, you wanted to talk about food. Is this some kind of catering job you've got? Guess one of you getting married? Maybe to each other?
No, not
Three of you are getting married.
Not that particular. That would be very interesting. Looking at the others, well, maybe not. No, that is not the idea. But a job is quite on point actually. We got a recommendation for you from a friend, and
Who's that?
Georgie.
yes, from the High Hawk.
Oh, Fat Boy Malenkov. Oh, that man can eat. Yes.
Apparently, he likes to eat, specifically your food, even.
Really?
Well, he just.
You're gonna offer me a job at the High Hawk Tavern? Oh my god!
Well, I think.
No, he's not.
Nope. No, we're not. No, that he would probably have done himself.
The look of joy fades from her face, and it's like, oh.
We do, however, have a job. I can't promise, the same status as the High Hawk Tavern, but it has its own perks.
Well, as long as it gets me away from this place. It's just that I do like working here, but it's just go. Busy.
Grosh is gonna look at Villian with a weird stare, like not the same kind of standards.
Oh, no, I was. Well, it's a different kind of employment. Less busy, more private of a sort. You know, less people to cater
10,
for.
15 people, 3 meals a day, long periods of time.
And
10 to 15 people a day.
And places to see.
That's reasonable.
That's you're not going to look out at the same house over the street every night. So.
Yeah. Are you pimps?
No.
Are you trying to?
Very much not. Very much here for the.
All right.
Okay.
So here's.
And where is this job?
It's traveling.
So it's traveling. You will be stuck on a ship all day, except for when we land, and you will basically have the spare time that you want. When you're not cooking, you'll have time to go into the cities to get the ingredients that you need, or to take some time and explore cities to cities. You will be able to travel and see the beautiful landscapes that this city has to offer. This is quite an experience of a lifetime, if I would say so. You
could call it an adventure, even.
Yes.
She leans up on the table and takes hold of Grush's tankard, pulls it slow, not really breaking eye contact with Grush, pulls it over towards herself and takes a swig of it. How many of these have you had?
Only one.
He's
3.
Certainly not lying.
Actually, he's had 3.
Oh, and never mind. Only 3.
I am going to.
Drunk, are you?
No,
Give me, both of you. Give me persuasion rolls.
I am going to put out a satchel of like around 100 gold, just to show that we actually can at least pay, which is a fact. Where did my character sheet go?
Why 100? That's gonna be like, are you going to pay her 100 a week?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to put out, hey, I can pay you, and maybe for more than a week, or maybe more than a month, if it comes to that. Like, without problem. It's just we are not poor. Even if we are relatively poor right now, she doesn't need to know.
Just going by your clothes, you certainly don't look poor. Okay, so she looks at you. Okay, what's the pay? I'm getting 6 gold a week here.
Well, let's say 50% extra of that.
9 gold a week.
Plus housing, of course, is included. As you were told, it's a ship. So I'm going to have to take you
So
everywhere.
you just sail the coastal routes and... Okay, that sounds
like
good.
this, yes.
That sounds 9 gold a week. I'm just going to cook for the crew.
Well, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
basically.
Nothing else, just cook.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yes.
serve drinks and whatever. You know,
Maybe
everything that's
defend
involved
if-
in the kitchen, basically.
You know, if we get attacked, you might need to defend yourself.
Oh, I'll defend the ship, don't worry. I'll even cook whatever attacks us. You probably can find a recipe for Kraken out there somewhere.
I am sure. And yes, you
Okay.
do the usual kitchen things, right? We'll send you, of course.
And which one of you's in charge? Who do I call captain?
You're all captains here.
Well,
Strangely enough.
It's
Right.
The guy
co-owners, if you
isn't
want.
here right now. He's on the ship.
That's a good point. We need to talk about that when we're all back. Everyone needs to have something they're kind of in charge of.
Yeah. That's why I said
Okay,
we're all
but I'm
captains
gonna
for
need-
now.
I'm gonna need 2 weeks up front.
That can be dealt with, yeah. And I'm going to count out 18 gold.
When do we leave?
We'll have some
Oh.
shopping to do. First and foremost, you know, the kitchen is basically right now stuffed with a lot of meat and a lot of ale and not much else. So we'll have to do some shopping, I figure. And we thought we'll pick you up beforehand, so you know what to buy.
Okay. Meet you at the gate in main gates in about an hour.
Actually, I think it's better if we have the cook with us if we're going to shop.
Yes, I think she wants to meet us at the gate, which is right next to the market district, to shop.
Oh, okay.
I can grab my stuff. I can come with you now if you.
No,
really
it's
wanted to.
not
I
a
mean,
great hurry. We have a few other people to hire and a few errands to run. So I think let's call it 2 hours at the gate, maybe. So
1
we
hour.
only have-
We have nothing
Oh, no.
else to do.
Don't we? I thought we.
No,
No,
because we can't hire soldiers here.
well, we could go to the Adventurers Guild or stuff. Well,
That's
whatever.
gonna cost a lot more.
But
No,
mission-
I
No,
wasn't.
to get a
I wasn't
job.
talking hire. I was talking get a job. But
Yeah, but since we actually don't need the money right now,
we could just get a job in another city. Yeah.
we could
Okay.
just leave.
Go to
That's-
Emporisal, get your money, and then get a job there.
That's probably better, yeah.
Okay. She stands up. Okay. All right. I'll meet you at the gate in 1 hour.
Yeah, that's fine.
Merrick, I need a chat. Merrick, who's the barman, looks up again. Another one. It's going to have to be a quiet chat, Merrick. Oh. And he flashes a look over to you guys of absolute death. As if...
I shrug.
Have you upset... Have you just stolen my cook? He can see what's coming.
Yes.
And he's looking daggers at you guys.
I mean, Fillion is probably going to kind of, in an excusing way, shrug his shoulders, and then smile, but he can't do anything about it. Sorry.
Okay. So you make your way out and make your way to the market district.
Yes.
Yes, we should get a cart.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a bags of holding. Well,
Right.
yeah,
But aren't they full of meat, though?
no.
That's Bellator's, I think, is full of meat. Bellator's bag of holding
Correct.
is, I think, pretty much full.
Yeah, I
Bag of meat
remember
and
you
tools.
said one of them was basically up to burst, so I didn't know we had
Yeah.
to.
We have 4. No, 3 now. Sorry,
Yeah.
you don't have
Oh,
one.
that's what I'm doing on the ship. I'm curing meat.
Okay, sure.
Okay, yeah, okay, no problem at all. Yeah, you can cure the meat. You can cure a large quantity of meat. You're probably going to have to dump half the water out of the barrels, but yeah, you can cure the rest of the meat. That's no problem. Todrick can help you with that if he wants.
I will help.
So, the rest of the party make it to the market district, and following the directions you were given, you find yourselves outside there's Armand's Curiosities.
Arrowhair, that's on you.
I'll walk in.
As you walk in, the door, there's a little ching ching ching, tingle tingle tingle, and several other tinkling noises from around the shop. And from behind the counters, a dwarf peers over the top. Hello there. What can I do for you? You have curiosities? You come to buy? You come to sell?
Sell.
I have merry things here that may interest. Sell. So, show me your things.
I walk up and I place one of the gold coins on the counter.
He whips out a little one of those little like jeweler's eyepieces, pops it in his eye and picks it up. Ah. 9th century. Very old, very rare. How much you want for it? How much?
Yeah, that's the question. Sorry.
We're staying quiet and we're just staring at him until he gives us a price.
Just imagine Grushk on the outside, nose pressed up against the glass.
Name your price.
Hello?
Name your price.
I could give you 200 gold.
For one or for all of them?
You just showed him one.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing. 200 seems a bit low. How about we go 250?
My final offer, 200 gold.
Now, that can't possibly be your final offer, can it? Because I told you to name your price and you said 200. I'm guessing you're going to as valuable for you as possible. 250.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oof.
Damn, I rolled well. Okay, as Grushk, as Filian and Elray, you suddenly watch Grushk and the dwarf both sort of get down to it, elbows on the counter, staring into each other's eyes, quoting figures at each other, making arguments, making counter arguments, and eventually the dwarf sits back on his stool, laughs. You're very good. Spits on his hand. Okay, 240 it is.
All right, 230 per coin.
You idiot.
Yep.
What the
230 and he shakes your hand.
240 per coin.
You said 230 and shook.
This is why you're not
I meant 240.
like
That's not what you said.
this is why we don't take
How-
it anywhere.
Meant.
Now, just make it rain. How many of those things do we have?
How many was it? Was it like 9?
I think we had a bunch.
I take out 19 more.
19. Yes. We are ruining this poor man.
At least I raised it up to
19.
30 more.
Keep a couple for us though.
Okay, I take out 16 more.
Yeah, so I'd say keep a few for us.
Souvenirs, very expensive souvenirs.
So that's 3,680.
Well, assuming he buys them all.
Wait here one moment. As you dump them all on the
I don't dump
table,
them. I
he
take out.
starts-
I take out like, stacks of 5. No, stacks of 4. Just put out 4 of them.
Yep. As you're putting them down, he's starting to pick them up and go through them and examining each one carefully. He even gets out a small eyedropper and dips it into a little bottle and dips it onto the edge of the gold coins and watches, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Solid. Where did you get this?
Far away.
Frozen in time.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I don't recognize the head. Seems to be just a mass of tentacles on a face. I don't really recognize it. But the date, yes. Strange.
Extra
Right
rare.
here, and as he hops off his stool and wanders out into the back of the shop, and you hear clink, clink, zzz, clink, zzz,
Russian.
zzz, zzz, clink, ch, and you hear the clink of coins, and then a clink, and you can tell that he's probably been into a safe, and he comes back out with a large coin bag. 3,600 gold pieces. All I have.
That is 310 short.
3,600. Not 310 short.
No, that is 80 short. If we're giving 16.
No, because no, he had one, and I took out 16 more.
Oh, never mind. All right.
Right, okay, hang on. Let's...
So 3,910.
Gotcha.
Times 17. So he comes up 3,900 gold. What do I have? You clean me out. We're going to argue over 10 gold?
Got anything funny for 10 gold around here?
I have something for your monkey. And he picks up a mirror and hands Grushka mirror. A little hand mirror.
Are you calling me a monkey now, eh?
That works.
He's calling you a monkey and paying you 3,900 gold, so I think it's kind of even.
Listen here. I will take this mirror, but I am no monkey. Also, since you insulted me, could you give me one of your spare magnifying glasses? I've always been interested to have one.
He takes the mirror back and reaches into a container beside him and hands you one of his little little jeweler's glasses. And yeah, it's a jeweler's glass. You can see tiny things close up. You have to hold them close right up to your eye, but you can see interesting detail.
Woohoo! I think that's a better deal.
Okay.
And then as soon as I get that, I'm going to look at him. I'm going to smile and laugh, and I'm just going to say, "Happy monkey."
He smiles and shakes his head. Good day to you. Good day.
I take the money.
Okay. Yep. You take the money and you head out of the shop. Where do you want to go?
Up to the gate, get some veggies, and then be off, right?
Okay. You can fill up with vegetables at the market district.
Yeah,
You can
weren't
certainly
we
find
going to wait for
people
her
there.
to buy it for us because we don't know
I
how
think
much?
we are picking her up and then going there and then buying them, but it's just going to be a little bit of haggle and then money.
Okay, so you pick her up, and she is literally stood there with a backpack on and a large duffel bag in one hand. And she looks like she's been crying. She got red-rimmed eyes. And she sniffs and smiles, and as the three of you walk up, she puts on a smile and does a salute. Aye, captains.
What's wrong? Why are you crying?
It was because I've worked there for nearly a year, and it's nothing. So we're going to go on an adventure.
Yes,
Oh,
shopping spree and then adventure.
Shopping for a
Oh,
month.
okay.
Put your things into here in the meantime, so you don't have to carry that. And then Grush puts out his bag of holding.
her backpack and duffel bag just won't fit in. They're just too
Oh.
big.
Never mind.
They won't go in through the opening. But she hands you the duffel bag to carry for her.
I'll do that.
Okay, it's quite surprisingly heavy and clanks a little bit as you pick it up.
Tools.
Tools of the trade. That's very helpful. I don't think we have
Feathers. This is feathers.
It's not that heavy. I don't think Grushka's that weak, but it's quite hefty. She's obviously stronger than she looks. And you begin shopping for vegetables.
Vegetable flour, salt, I guess.
Yeah, they want to kill
Yeah,
me.
more
We
salt.
should have had.
Yeah. And you end up with enough. Are you going to buy enough to? How shall I put this? You're going to end up either with a large cask of salt, which somebody is going to have to try and carry. You're going to possibly want to hire a wagon, or
Just buy the wagon because we're not going to come back, and we can just keep the wagon on the ship.
Yeah, either that or like how many hours out is it towards the ship?
it's half a day.
So it's no.
Okay, yeah, I can't carry that for the whole time. I think.
No,
How
we'll
much does
just.
a wagon cost to buy instead
Would
of
you even
just straight up hire?
It's just a pull wagon, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
would you
just
even be able to
anyway.
pick it up, Fillion?
I mean, I can bear shape and you. tie
That's
it
true.
back, and I can bear shape for 8 hours, but actually that would work.
That would be weird. A bear in the middle of the city. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
say
not going to go well.
No,
I think you can draft horse at your level.
Oh yeah, I can totally go horse. So if we
So
just get a
that would actually save you buying a horse, which would be the expensive part. A small cart will cost you 15 gold.
I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
fine. I'll draw
And
it.
you can hook Fillion up to it. That's fairly easily. And you begin piling on supplies. She doesn't buy a lot of vegetables, even though because you explained to her there's 2 more crew members to pay for, to cook for, and there's going to be 15 max. She gets, you're estimating about a week's worth of food, worth of vegetables, and does stock up on a couple of sacks of potatoes. But like the green stuff and that, she says anything more than a few days, and this lot's all going to go horrible.
Do mention that we have 1 vegetarian. I eat vegetarian, but I'm not vegetarian. I can eat meat.
I can druid craft my own food if I wanted to, but
I'm just
no,
saying,
that's just
I would have mentioned getting chicken, a lot of chicken,
yeah, we probably should get some chicken.
or I will go into
Yeah.
a raid.
I was expecting that. Yeah, we're probably just going to ignore you.
No,
I would.
actually. Yeah, but Trillian is like, no, I would bring him some chicken, like, so that he's not completely left out.
Yeah, so you load up with supplies. So it's 15 for the 15 for the small cart, and we'll say another 30 for supplies.
Yeah, that's really no issue. Who pays? I can.
I can pay all of it. I just took the 4,000 gold.
I
True,
paid
yeah, you
the
just get-
I paid for the wagon already.
So it's just 30 gold from.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's us off, right?
4,019 minus 30. 3,089?
want to take a-
3,989.
Yep. So just take 11 off the 4,000.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And
Uh,
you have to
okay.
just type out the numbers in the stupid sheet.
Okay. So you head back towards the ship.
We should possibly, like, after we're out of the city gates, start breaking the details to our new cook, because
I
we are
don't think
going
she
to
will
head.
believe us until she sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are going to have to explain why we are heading off the road and into the
No,
forest.
that
with
that
a
is fine.
horse-drawn
I'll do
cart.
that.
Yeah, someone explain. I'm a
Brilliant,
horse. I
please do
can't.
it.
I'm a fucking horse. I can't.
Shut up.
Nay.
I'm going to tell her We're soon there. We're soon at our ship. Now,
She.
I think you better
How
prepare yourself for what's about to come.
how can you have a ship in the middle of the? It's the forest. We're heading towards the forest. There's no water around here. How can you have a ship?
Well, we never said this ship goes on. Just wait and you'll see. It's easier if you see.
Give me another persuade roll, Grush.
At least it's Grush.
Then
She's looking very nervous. She's looking for robbers or murderers or somebody to chain her up and sell her to white slave or to halfling slavers. She's very nervous.
even when we went ingredient shopping,
Yeah, that's just, she's also confused. Confused and nervous.
As long as she stays confused long enough for us to show her the ship, that's fine.
Yep, and eventually you do pull up, and as you get to sort of easy visual range, you point out the ship, and she squints her eyes on it, and you can just see her mouth just slowly dropping open. There's this sort of like O shape of her mouth as she watches as the ship literally hoves into view as you cut across the field through the snow. The snow's about 5 or 6 inches deep.
Ever heard
And
about
it's
the
getting
Bryn
a bit-
Pearl?
Oh, that's just a legend.
Sure. Was.
Where are you going to live?
And she
in
sees
legend?
the Bellator doing the Titanic pose at the front of the ship.
He's held that for hours.
which one's
you know?
Jack?
Bellator.
You're the king of the world.
By the time you get back, the halfling is she's looking up at the ship and still completely gobsmacked. Walks up slowly and just touches the side. Bellator and Todrick, you can see the party have arrived with a wagon and a halfling.
Hey lad, did you bring my
And
chicken?
And sacks of fruits and vegetables, a large barrel of salt, several large sort of string bags, sort of dead chickens.
Hey, I jump off the boat and go help carry stuff.
Yep, and you, I'm without getting too into it, I'm guessing that you're sort of going to stand on the back of the wagon and reach up, and Bellator can reach down and pick the stuff up. You're going to have to sort some kind of gangplank or lift system.
I'll just throw it to Bellator, he can catch it, it's fine.
Yep.
And I'm just going to be
but-
oh, a horse. We can, if we don't need to take it back, we can kill it and use that for me as well.
At that point,
That's
at that point, Filion kind of goes out of his shapeshift, and I prefer if you don't really. You have. I brought you a lot of chickens, precisely for the reason so you don't have to eat me.
I knew it was you.
You're an awful liar. Need to work on that.
Yes, Todrick, you are a dreadful liar. Give me a deception roll. You're a dreadful liar. And so, you have a halfling. You show her where she can bunk down, and you can show her the kitchen, which she this place is a mess.
Yeah, well, we kind of dug it out
Okay.
of the ice like a month ago.
So, when do you want to eat?
Well, if it's half a day since we left the city, it's probably evening.
It's about 6:30 in the evening. There are about 6 barrels that did contain water, have been emptied over the side and have been draining, so you can use those if you want for salting meat.
Let's say 8.
Okay, 8.
Um,
You wanted to cook for you at 8.
Yeah.
Well, is this because you need to dress for dinner or something?
No.
I'm
just saying so we have time to settle.
Okay. She immediately busies about. She picks up some of the coke that she bought in the charcoal that she bought in the market, and really begins getting the stove going. And it's going to be a little bit difficult. She sees some of the meat that Bellator and Todrick have been preparing and have sort of just patted down so it's a little bit drier before salting, and she just grabs a piece of that. Excuse me. Leans into her bag and whips out a large knife and starts cutting large steaks, big, thick, 2-inch thick steaks of meat, and begins to start cooking. What do you guys? Anything specific you guys want to do other than salting your meat?
think we should.
Rephrase that, maybe.
I think we should organise who's in charge of what on the boat. So who's in charge of like keeping track of supplies, money, crew, piloting, and where like general like keeping an eye on making sure the rest of us are doing our jobs. Just an idea, because if one person has to keep an eye on all of that, it's going to get confusing for that one person.
I can be in charge of the trading here, shopping and all that stuff.
Okay, I think Elra here should be in charge of making sure we're all doing what we're meant to be doing, because he is bossy. And he is very to the point and won't let us fuck about. Anyone? Is there anything? I know Beltor's obviously going to be in charge of flying.
Navigation.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
actual captain.
Oh, Bellator. Sorry to interrupt. Bellator, I just need a quick wisdom saving throw from you.
Hey, he's been stuck with me for a little bit. He will not be going crazy that quickly.
It's been over a month. Okay. No, 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks.
Are we going?
He's even here. There.
Okay. You guys sort that out. I need to have a little chat with Bellator.
Okay, my thing
Is the ship seriously gonna try to take over him and try and make him mind?
Indomitable. I used Indomitable.
You did. You failed by one. Quite curious. It's quite curious. Because you were thinking only the other day of, well, we'll probably have to set sail for Temple Ristal or somewhere like that, or maybe you could go to Merkmire. And as you're thinking that, you suddenly notice the sails, or at least the sails have all been reefed up onto the spars, but the spars all turn as if to change direction. A little later on, you're starting to wonder, they've been a long time in Ellerini. I wonder what they're doing over there. And again, you notice the spars of the ship, the sails, turn, as if to again adjust direction of the ship. You can, feeling a little confused, you stop and rest on the rail, and as you put your hand on the bare wood, you can almost feel as if the ship is alive. You can feel almost its aches and pains. You can feel as if a fresh wound has been recently patched towards the bow of the ship where somebody threw a bottle through it. You have formed some kind of psychic connection with this ship. It seems that you can control the ship to a degree without necessarily being at the wheel. Is this some kind of leftover remnant of the mind flayers that controlled the ship for many years, for decades? Or is it something to do with the magic crystal and the wood itself? Or a combination of all three? Whatever. You can now control the ship to give it broad changes of direction. Minor details and things like docking at a quay, if you wanted to sail the ship on the sea, that would still have to be done manually, but broad changes of direction, you can seem to control that with your just thinking about it now.
Oh.
And you finally failed your third saving throw, so the ship broke down your resistances. Do you have any questions before we go back up?
Is there a voice?
No.
Okay.
No, it's more you're just very in tune with the ship now.
Okay.
You have in effect become attuned to the ship, but without counting this.
Oh, I see. It's a magical bloody item.
Yes, it is.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does. A flying ship is a magical item.
And of course I would have to attune to it. But my problem here is that I need a saving throw to attune to it.
You needed to fail 3 saving throws, which over the past couple of sessions you actually managed to. Today you managed to fail your 3rd saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so you're not deliberately trying to. It's trying to communicate with you. It recognizes you as the captain, and it's trying to attune to you almost as much as you attune to it.
Okay, that makes so much sense now.
Yes.
Why else
Hello.
would squid people be driving this thing?
Yes.
And with such
The
a
ship-
small
the-
crew too.
Yes. Yes.
That makes so
A
much sense.
a brief experiment. You can furl and unfurl the sails by yourself. That takes a little bit of practice. You feel that probably won't be something. That will be something once you get a full set of sails and rigging. You'll probably be able to do that yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you will need to practice.
Okay. I'll probably wind up practicing, when nobody's around.
Yes. Though furling sails isn't that noisy. Unfurling them is very noisy. I don't know if you've ever been on a sailing ship.
I have. Yes.
It's
The flapping
really
is
quite noisy.
incessant.
Yes. So, any other questions?
No, that's it.
Okay, pop you back up.
But we can round that up later on. We don't have to do that now.
We'll just do it
just
now.
spending.
Doesn't cost
time.
us anything to do it
Yeah.
now. I mean, it costs us 4 gold a month, but really that's a pittance.
Yeah.
So,
And it's just easier. Both of them are 10 gold a week each, makes 40 a month, makes 80 in total for now.
Wait, wasn't the carpet at 10 a month though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's 10 a month.
No,
No,
it was
it's a week.
everything
It's
was
always
a month.
week.
Yeah, everything
Now-
was a month, but Caboose meant a week.
a week.
Meant a week, because
Oh.
otherwise it would be
Yeah.
silly, like
Gotcha.
few gold coins. So everything's a week.
Caboose. At
Yes.
some point, will you be able to make us a note for the share so we can create, because we're planning on putting the money aside for the share? Yeah, like treasury and a list of the staff, how much we have to pay them and everything. So we can kind of all edit it and everything and have a look at it at some point. You don't have to do it right now, but
Yeah, let's do that between games when we have
Yeah.
leisure.
Yeah.
we're trying to be organised.
Okay.
And we, Beltor, you're in charge of navigating and piloting the ship, just so you know.
For now, until we get a proper one.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a handout of it there.
Aura is in charge of money. Fillion is...
As they're loading things onto the ship, Caboose, I'm going to do the thing.
Okay. As you're
Well, the thing is, you're the one helping with loading.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And as that happens, the sails unfurl. As if ready for the ship to take
Well,
off.
we're still on the ground hauling boxes.
Yep. Todrick's throwing boxes up to Bellator. Bellator's catching them, placing them on the deck, leans over, catches another one, places it on the deck, catches a bag of chickens, places it on the deck, catches another bag of chickens, places it on the deck, catches a barrel of salt, places it on the deck, catches some turnips, places it on the deck, catches some... And the
I'm
sails
not on the
just
ship,
unfurl.
so...
Okay.
Yeah, since I'm not helping with loading, I'll just get up on the ship and take...
Yeah,
the
similar.
halfling with me, and
Get her settled
Oriental.
in, and show her around who's where if she needs someone, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. But the ship, it does appear to be ready and raring to take off.
So the ship's just started up by itself then?
It appears so.
That is
It hasn't actually taken off, but it appears to be ready to.
that is
At a
very
moment's
curious.
notice.
Like Filion is going to walk up and have a look at, just for curiosity's sake, because he's never seen a proper ship before. Go up and look at like how are the sails usually fastened, and kind of, did that just come loose by chance, or is there any like mechanism there or anything? It's just, that's weird.
Yeah, the as you would have noticed that morning, the sails were you had to literally, all of you between you, climb up and furl the sails, as it's called, and it's just literally just lifting the sail up and tying it with ropes that are attached to the main spars that go across, and literally just tie the ships on. The knots have all come undone. The sail is deployed, and the ropes are all tightened and in position.
Well, that is certainly curious.
That makes everything make 100%, 100 times more sense.
Yep.
In how far does it?
Hmm?
I might have missed the part, but in which
No,
sense
but
does it
if
make more
you
sense?
Think
Think about who owned the ship before we did.
True. Yes. Yeah. That
Think
actually
about
makes a
how
lot more
many
sense.
crewmen they had.
Yeah, they had very little brain control. Very nice. Very magical.
That's badass as a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means a lot more.
Would you like to share it with the rest the rest of the gobsmacked party?
So, failing the saving throw for the third time, let me attune to the ship, because it's a magical item.
Or rather, the other way around.
Or
ship
the
is
other way
attuned
around,
to
yeah.
Bellator.
Yeah, and now you're actually the navigator, and you can actually control the ship.
So you're actually a ship.
Mhm.
Awesome.
That is pretty dope. I mean, that totally is not going to have any repercussions or anything, but no, it's very.
That's what I'm
cool.
worried about. But right now I can do the sails without any help.
That's better than climbing and tying and all that stuff.
Is it bad I want to try hurt the ship to see if it'll hurt Bellator?
Oh God.
Yes, that is objectively bad. You are paying for the repairs yourself.
You do have a carpenter on board and a small stock of supplies. It probably has about a dozen planks of wood available.
Okay, I pull out my maul. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not that mean.
Well,
I have updated the ship page, by the way, the note for it.
Okay, yeah, you crack on.
I'm gonna do my nightly charge on the
Okay.
Yep.
If you remember last week, the last time we played, we kind of dropped that because it was just too much bookkeeping. So I'm going to limit the number. You can fly for 4 days, but then you must spend a day recharging.
That's sensible, yeah. That's easier than counting literal spell levels. That's mad.
Yes, that is.
I went half mad just adding up the spell levels, like just thinking about how much could he actually do and stuff.
Yeah, and then the bookkeeping just got silly. And it was a good idea in my brain, it just wasn't.
It would be great in a computer game where maths automatically, but yeah, by hand it's
exactly. So the ship is loaded. You have a cook who produces for you a really good meal, probably the best meal you've had since you last left civilization, well, at least for Bellator and Todrick. Possibly Todrick prefers his meat raw.
No, I enjoy cooked food. And
well, the Auroch steaks are done to perfection, seared on the outside, just a little bit of caramelization and charring in the middle. still nice and raw and fresh.
Is she eating with us?
No,
I will invite her to if she wishes. And obviously I invite the carpenter too as well. And if he's old enough to drink, I offer everyone some beer. Mead.
The two of them are seated in the kitchen. Let's go back and have a look at the ship.
Well, we got a small crew. I'm more than happy to have them sit near us with us.
We probably won't need as much more crew as we thought.
They're in here, just seated at the crew tables eating. I'm guessing you guys eat in the conference room.
That's up to you guys. Depends where you want to sit. But I still offer him. I tell him to feel free to have beer.
To discuss, we don't have to sit in the conference room.
Yeah, that's true.
We can just settle up in here.
Yeah, I'm
okay. Yeah,
feel free to like what's it called? Fraternize with the crew.
Yeah.
Not above that at all.
No, we gotta make it feel like a family. Because if you're like a family, everyone's gonna work better together. They're more likely to help us, and less likely to betray us and kill Grushkin in his sleep.
Have we in any form explained the fact that Grushk is sleeping in a cage?
No, we're not explaining that. But what we are saying,
nobody actually, none of the crew.
Oh, it's in a closed room. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
It's in his room. So.
Here's what Grushk is going to say. Grushk is going to say to them, "All right, I do have one rule that is very important.
Of course.
Do not enter my room under any circumstances."
Okay, of course.
For your own safety.
We both respect. She looks at the camera. We both respect your privacy, sir. Simon. Obviously, you're our employers. We wouldn't just walk into your rooms.
And even if you did get into my room, do not touch anything. And
Yes.
that is very important.
Magical things. After the meal, I guess last night on at shore, so to speak, and then off to set sail.
Yep, to Rissal.
Yes, I believe that was the next stop we were talking about, right?
Do they both have weapons, by the way?
Only like a belt knife. They're not toting any sort of hardcore weapons.
Light crossbow or heavy crossbow for the carpenter?
Your choice.
Yeah, like what?
He is basically going to be they're both going to be unskilled in weapons. So whatever you buy them, you're going to have to teach them to use.
I've got a hand axe I can give one of them for now. It's only 1d6.
No, well, well, could I have bought like 5 crossbows and like 100 bolts in the city?
Sure.
Light crossbows. Because they're 8
Yes.
than the heavy ones. I just need to know how much they cost.
Oh, sorry, I'll look that up for you very quickly. That is armor and weapons, armor and shields. Now, come on, where are weapons? Weapons under W. So, are you buying light crossbows or heavy?
Light.
Those are simple weapons, 25 gold each.
125.
I'll check.
Call it 130 with ammunition.
I will give you some money as well if you need some.
Yeah, don't. Let's start using the ship's treasury. Otherwise, we're going to go mad.
We're gonna need the ship's treasury for the canvas anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
True.
I'm gonna actually take away 100 of my gold because Todrick doesn't really care about money, and he's gonna give it to the ship's treasury to boost that up a little bit because it's also to pay staff. That's 750 we got in there now.
You're paying 80. You're paying 80 gold a moth.
Oh, fuck you.
Expensive moth. No, you guys make fun of me for the 11 quarter. I'm going to make fun of you for paying this 80 gold.
To be fair, we made fun of you for for the 11 quarter, and also for us being God to play.
Yes.
So we're 2 for 1 still. Yes. We are. You're catching up.
No, we're technically 3 for 1 because he also misspelled his name right once and didn't put an E in it.
Yes, that's right. Yes. To fill you in, I devised a simple rearrangement of some crystals, and I came up with I can't remember. I came up with this crystal beginning with C, a crystal beginning with A crystal beginning with B, 2 crystals beginning with O, and a crystal beginning with S. I didn't include the E for caboose because I couldn't think of a crystal, a gem that began with E.
Like a
Emerald.
Yeah,
or
emerald.
something.
For example, which everybody said to me, and I thought, oh bollocks.
Yeah, that's the usual though.
No,
Anyway,
Caboose.
yes. Shall we take a quick break?
That's
please.
probably a good idea.
yeah, I'm gonna go pee.
Yep.
Yeah, same.
Welcome back.
I'm already like thinking over a lot of stuff that could be very useful on a boat. Like I'm doing the Shadowrun player shops in his head metric kind of,
Oh,
and
yes.
there's a lot of like nifty things from Alchemist's Fire to whatever else. Like probably way overthinking. Like, are we fighting other airships? Probably not. There are no airships, but still, never know.
There's not any airships yet.
I mean, obviously, yeah.
You have not met any airships yet. Let's leave it at
Just
facts.
launch me if we have to, and I'll just curl up into a ball.
Oh, on the main deck, ignore those 2 rowboats. They obviously don't
That
exist.
On the
that
poop
would be
deck.
quite silly, yeah.
I'll just get on the escape ship. Ah!
They could be enchanted. We don't know.
Yeah, they're not
Oh.
there.
Yeah, we do know we have people with detect magic that probably like scanned every inch of this ship down.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you as well, Fillion. I now have a spear that has made me dumber.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when we found the ship,
Yeah.
there was some loot. There was
Oh
some
right,
stuff.
I
Yeah,
remember there was a spear in there. Yeah.
yeah, and
does
it
what?
made me dumber.
Like permanent drain to
Yeah.
intelligence.
Yeah,
Just while attuned, or just
while
flat out?
attuned, I believe.
Oh, okay. That would be. I mean,
-2.
technically, you now have a way to instantly increase your intelligence by dropping the attunement, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's only it's -2, and I'm only on -1 now. Not like minus,
yeah.
so
Then-
not
then
like
it's fine.
bad. But it does allow me to speak Orcish now.
And do
Now
a
that
few
is
things
fantasy
independently.
racism,
What's
right there.
It's a spear from an Orcish warlord.
Yeah, it's +2. It's a +2 spear. And it also, if I kill an enemy with it, it gives me 4d4 plus 4 HP.
Holy moly,
I know.
that's kind of the second healing potion, isn't it? Then 2d4 plus 2 is the normal one, and then
Yep.
4d4 plus
Yes.
4 is the second one.
Yeah, 40.
And if you
And those cost a
Told me
lot. I remember. I'm always surprised how expensive. Oh, well, they better be, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
And if you told them about the furniture.
Oh, yeah. So, do you know in the conference room
Yep.
there's a tea set, I believe?
No, there's there is a table and 2 armchairs. One of the armchairs had, when you found it, had a small table with a
That's
plate
the one.
and a pouch of tobacco.
The pipe I was thinking.
And the party have discovered that if you sit in the chair and smoke the pipe for an hour and think, you gain +10 to any knowledge check that you wish to make.
Ooh, chair
Yeah.
of pondering. Very cool.
Yes, the chair of
I
pondering.
can just imagine walking in there and seeing Elra here, just like sat there, just like, why am I with these idiots?
They also found those.
Oh yeah, didn't we give them to Bellator?
I don't know that you actually did.
Well,
No, it's-
yeah.
they understand
No, we were
them.
saying that I'm probably the
Oh,
best
yeah.
one to have them, but they're attunement and I can't.
Yeah, that's the one. We can sell him. If you don't really need them.
I do have attunement slots, but I don't have any hit points to spare.
Yeah, I don't want you to have them. That's why I didn't advise giving them to you. I was like, you're probably at like 30 hit points.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Could we
if we ever find a here, what's it called? The amulet of health, I think, the one that sets you to like 19 or 18 constitution, then I might, consider. But before that, no, no chance in hell. Like,
Todrick, give me not Todrick, sorry, Filion, please give me an intelligence check, please.
sure can do.
God.
You remember that before that horrifyingly traumatic experience, that you picked up a small monocle as well.
True, yes. I was plundering through the cells when it came and then tried to eat me.
Yes. Are you going to identify it?
That is, I think that is going to be a problem because I
Give 'em
don't
to me.
actually have identify. Yeah, I'm probably going to find that in my pocket at some point. I can see. Actually, I'm curious. Before I pass it off, which I probably will, I'm going to, in the safety of my own room, use detect magic just to find out which school of magic it is, at least.
I believe it would be divination.
I don't want to know what
Divination,
you're doing in the privacy of your own room.
Well, now you know, and knowing is half the
What
battle.
he gets up to, what he does in the privacy of his own room is for him to watch.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
forgot you have your own room.
No, I think I'm going to pass it off for identification.
So, are you happy for me to share this with the party?
Sure. I mean,
Yeah,
unless
because I'm the one identifying that. I don't care. So go ahead.
right.
That's
Unless
fine.
you are lying about it, because I can't share or not share anything. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, that is very useful in certain situations, but very cool.
No, that would be fucking stupidly good because if you do the chair as well, then you have +10 and advantage on investigation.
You just have to.
In a
Yeah.
library, so he has to. You would have to take the chair to the library.
I can carry it.
People like and sit
Well, we
there
can
and
make it
smoke.
into a library.
Yes, you could. There are bookshelves in there, and there are books on the
But
shelves.
you still can only find, like, you can only pack so many books into this room, and you can only find relevant books if they are there. So that's kind of limiting. If you the bigger the library, the better this item. So, but yeah, that's pretty good. I think we have access to probably a few libraries, but at the very least, the one in
Temple Restyle.
Is anybody going to claim this as their own item? It does not require attunement.
If it does not require attunement, I mean, who here has the best intelligence?
I'm not much of a researcher, really. So
Hi. 16.
9.
Think it would be good with one of you guys because my investigation 0.
I'm at 14. My investigation is 6.
Mine's 7.
Mine's
yeah,
-4.
leave it to like Arrow here, some inquisitive type.
Okay, I shall put it in Ray's.
Always.
They
have them
didn't
know
require
some
attunement,
things.
right?
It does not require attunement now.
Yeah, you can always pass it off as if someone else is, for some reason going into a library instead of you.
Now we need to try to find. We need to try to find a good place to get gold in case, because if we're hiring a lot of people, the cost is going to increase per month.
Yes. And we have 5,000 gold waiting in Temple Resolve.
Yes.
And we can probably get more jobs from Linden Rain.
Yes. Because the thing
And
is,
if we get the canvas fixed, we could probably sail back and forth to Alarinia within a week.
Which will only cost us like maybe 200 maybe if the rest of the crew, because we don't technically need a lot of sailors, right? We have essentially Bellator who controls the ship. So
Yeah, now
more
that
like
we know that you
soldiers
can.
and maybe
Yes.
a navigator
So-
to help him like chart a course or whatever. But
Yeah.
Currently, that's me.
Bellator, do you mind if I fill them in on the details of your condition?
Sure.
So basically, Bellator can control broad movements of the ship. You want to sail from A to B, he can do that. But fine controls, like if you were suddenly caught in a storm and you had to reef the sails really quickly, that's going to require crew interaction. Or if you want to dock the ship at a port, that's going to require actually handling the ship yourselves. He doesn't have the fine control, primarily because he's not a mind flayer, so the ship isn't entirely speaking his language, as it were.
then we're gonna get some sailors. I mean, those shouldn't be too expensive. And if the work isn't that hard, we don't have to pay him as much. Like if they only have to do some things now and then.
Sorry, was I far
Yes.
away? They're very quiet. I'm sorry.
It was funny. He was still
Yes.
terrible, but still.
That's fine.
So, first stop Temporary Star, and well, we can fly as the crow flies, so that's pretty handy.
World map. So you're you're here, and you're going to come in from the north, say, coming from the north, and then
Yeah,
or you're going to go straight south. Or do you want to come
Well-
in this way and then up, and then sail down as a normal ship?
Yeah, that was the thing. We kind of want to get it in as a normal
That's-
ship.
probably a good idea, yeah. Then it's the question, where do we sneak by best? North or south of Temporary Star? Towards the sea.
You also have the option, of course, of just flying at night.
That's pretty good, yeah. If we don't light a fire or anything, we're probably going to be hard to spot. And if someone spots us,
You
there's
are-
still the problem of nobody believing them because it's a flying ship at night.
Exactly. The only problem is at the moment, until you get the sails fixed, you are limited to flying no more than 20 feet off the ground.
Okay.
South of maybe makes more sense. So we don't have to turn awful a lot when we go into it. Also, it's from Sagebrook, so we could take a look over in case we decide,
Yeah. Well, we'd probably go through here.
Yeah, I would
Sure.
say give the
And
mountains a decent berth, so we kind of travel through the middle where Magmire is, and not in the ruins or the Shadowwind Citadel. Just because if a storm comes and we don't have crew and we kind of get driven off course or something, I don't want to crash into Mount. So I'd say straight through the middle, and if we here's the thing: if we can't go more than 20 feet off the ground, we'd probably have to pass by Southgate and can't really go through the forest, right?
No, but there's
True.
I don't know if there's
yeah.
actually a path, if there's clearance between the
Yeah,
forests.
there is a gap.
Yeah.
There is a gap. There is a gap.
So then we could go. Yeah, go through here and then head go south of Canning, then head
kind of
north again.
this way. That's
Yeah, you will currently move at 2 squares a day.
well,
You're moving as fast as mounted troops would move. You believe, with the sails fully sorted out and with a successful sailing roll, ship handling roll, sorry, from Bellator, you will be able to move at a rate of about 3 and at much higher altitude should you wish.
Yeah, and if we get a real captain, does that change?
probably with
It just means
Okay.
that he's more likely to
Better, right?
succeed.
Yeah, probably a good idea to get a proper navigator and a crew to help when it actually
That's
gets hairy.
a master would be a particularly useful person to have because he will be able to see to the day-to-day running of
Yeah,
the ship.
so we don't have to coordinate people unless it's for specific reasons.
Yeah. And he can also act as somebody in charge of the ship when your ship's parked,
Because
for want of a better
I
word.
think we should leave Bellator as the captain of the ship, one that controls it, considering
Yeah.
he's attuned to it as well.
Sure, but like when we are leaving the ship because we are going to do stuff, then we need someone on board to coordinate the soldiers for defense and
No, yeah,
the
we could,
sailors and to maintain
we,
and stuff.
but yeah, but I'm just saying, as in general, we
Oh
should
yeah,
leave. Yeah,
someone we trust to not steal the ship because he has control of the sails. That would be bad. I think Bellator makes a striking captain.
The question now is Bellator going to get a pirate's hat and
Nope.
a cloth parrot, just like your last captain,
Nope.
drinking rum as he sails the ship?
I think that would probably be bad, if your mental state is altered in while communing with some weird alien
Yeah,
ship.
it worked so well last.
if only Wighead was out there, we would have been able to have an owl as the ship's parrot.
So you'd have actually had an owl.
Yes, but as the ship's parrot.
But it would be an owl, not a parrot.
Yes, but
Mascot.
it would be the ship's mascot.
Okay. Ah, right, gotcha. Well, you can have a monkey instead. Anyway, so, what direction are you sailing? It is dawn the following day after spending a peaceful and relaxing night.
I would say
Northeast.
Northeast, okay. Does somebody want to draw me a line where you're going? For the first day, couple
Well,
of
not
days? Okay,
not
that
over
direction.
the garrison. So
Okay.
the.
yeah, that sounds good.
That sort of direction. Bellator, could I get a ship's handling roll from you, please?
Don't cook us.
You are served a delicious breakfast of porridge and fresh fruits. Bellator?
Pardon?
Bellator, could I get a ship handling roll from you, please?
Right.
Also, the 5,000 that is waiting for us, where does that come from?
Because he didn't have the money on him.
Yeah, for the
Yes,
plans.
for the plans of the ship that you went to Lachelle to steal many, many weeks ago.
That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So, okay, so the party... Oops, on the wrong button. So the party successfully make it to about... I'm going to put you here for the first day. Keeping south of the garrison, keeping the low hills between you and them. Are you sailing only at night, or are you sailing during the day?
I do
Well,
not mind.
I mean, we're not in highly,
Populated areas.
No.
So I would say just sail whenever we can.
Well,
That's another
Bellator,
thing we need a crew
when
for.
is the most dangerous stuff awake?
nighttime, honestly.
I mean, we are going to stay aloof at all times, right? Even if we're not flying. We're not actually touching ground.
But we're not that far above ground, so.
True.
Yeah. As you're sailing along, trying to avoid humanoid areas, you start to fly over a particularly low-lying area of ground. Do you want to stop off at Merkmire on the way?
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
recharge the ship anyway.
Also, provisions
You do.
is a good thing.
So, the following day, you make it to the edge of the swamp. Before the ship, Bellator, you can feel the ship rapidly losing power. And is going to need to pause and stop. But you can see in the distance a collection of rooftops as you come down through the trees. The ship settles into the mud and the water of the marsh as the ship settles. It settles upright, and it's there for you to do what you want. It seems a lot warmer down here. Certainly, you're not going to need your bearskin onesie there, Todrick.
Fine.
No more hot for the first time. I don't know how long.
Yes, for most people, this is now finally warmth. You can take off your winter clothes.
Funnily enough, my robe has been my winter clothes.
But I find it really refreshing.
You estimate about 5 to 10 miles outside the village, and almost with barely as the ship touches down, Bellator is concerned about the energy levels for the crystal and how it should recharge. And as he thinks about it recharging, the crystal rises out from the below the decks, and you can Grush, you can feel your connection with your arcane power seem to shimmer and then just fade away. As it's there, it's almost like you can see it, but it's almost as if there's an invisible wall between you and the source of your power.
So it's like Temple Ristal?
No, this is just nullifying. This is trying to absorb all the magic around you.
Oh.
This is so you can access your power, but if you use any of it, it will just get absorbed by the crystal.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You can use your magic inside Temple Ristal. The only thing that the wards around Temple Ristal do is stop demonic entities entering. That's why Araman never contacts you inside Temple Ristal. Araman has been enjoying the food, by the way. He's the steaks that he's been trying to persuade Grush to eat have become increasingly rarer and rarer.
Well, here's an idea. Maybe we can, Grush, you can charge the crystal and then what's needed, and we can then make a trip into Murkmire, and maybe here we can probably not get sailors, but maybe men-at-arms of some sort, soldiers, mercenaries, because there's no army, no recently raised army here, so...
Sure.
What are our food stores looking like?
You could probably do with some fresh fruit and vegetables.
Yeah, the long-lasting stuff is probably fine, but let's top up. Why not? It's civilization. We have been going over no man's land, basically, so...
Yes. So, do you wish to make your way?
I say you unload the cart, and we do as we did in Melurinia, and just go in with our cart, load it full, have a look around, and leave again.
Okay. As you sort of manhandle the cart down the side, it immediately sinks about halfway up to its axles in the mud.
Yes, marshy ground.
A cart is... Yeah, a cart is probably not going to do well here.
Off the road, so it's not good.
Oh, also, I think this might be worth mentioning, but when we want to get food and vegetables and stuff, when we are in areas that have a lot of these, me and Todd can go and look for them, because I think we're both Outlanders, right?
Yeah, but you'd slow up our travel if we were to forage instead of buy. Right?
Yeah.
And really, it's like we are paid better than a farmer, so let the farmer do his job and let's just buy his stuff.
So, you proceed And you head towards a direction where you thought from the air that you could spy a road. Elra here, is swampy ground your favourite terrain by any chance?
Grassland and forest.
Unfortunately not. As you are marching through the swampy ground, you find the road, you pick up the road, what looks to be a dirt track of relatively solid ground, and you begin moving forwards. I'm just going to move the party to about here. You can rearrange yourselves if you wish, but you spy a wrecked wagon, half destroyed by the elements, and definitely seems to have been looted of anything valuable. The barrels and bales that do remain have been split open, and so you can rearrange the party's marching order if you wish.
I, for one, can't see anything. Like, for me, the whole map is black.
I can just see myself, that's it.
Did you maybe turn dynamic lighting and I just don't have the visual range or something? I mean, I can see myself, but nothing else.
Is that you still can't see anything?
Nope.
Let me move you. Oh, actually, let's move you to back to the Bryn Pearl, and then back to here.
Yes,
How's
that is way better.
Excellent. Yes, dynamic lighting was on for some reason. I don't know why.
So Grushk is probably going to stay in the middle, considering he is. I'm guessing we drained him off of all of his spells.
Well, no.
No. We changed it. You don't have to charge it. It'll do it by itself.
Okay.
That's why it just has to stop after 4 days of fly. On the 5th day, it has to rest.
Gotcha. Never mind.
So we just see this cart here destroyed.
Yes, it looks like it's been tipped over and ran, so it looks like one of the wheels are broken. You'd have to get closer to discover anything.
Yeah, I was about to just look around. The stuff is probably just low shrubs or whatever, so...
Grushk is going to...
danger.
Grushk is going to do his inner hunting, I guess, and go forward and, I guess, check around to see if there's any tracks leading anywhere, what's happened, anything like that.
Okay, so do you want to move yourself up and...
I'm going to stay here and...
Todrick, as you step off, I want you to give me a Constitution saving throw, and you need to fail. Target number is 15.
What?
To be fair.
I need to fail.
Target number... Yes.
No,
for
I
him
have
to have fun, so...
As I say, I hope I don't. I have +7. 23.
Okay, as Todrick steps off the path and to have a better look round, all of a sudden he steps into a patch of mud and sinks up to his knees in the mud. Thick, gloopy mud that is slowing you down. It now is 1 for 4 movement for you.
1 for 4. Oh, so 4 blocks is 1.
To move 1 square counts as 4 movement.
Oh. Okay, I can move 2 blocks.
Well,
So what's happened?
Out of the mud.
It's thick, stinking mud, and it's making an or possibly pleasant sloshing sensation between your toes. It reminds you back of your homeland. There was a ritual that could be performed where you would actually slather yourself in mud to remove scale mite.
I will just do that, then I'll pick some up and do you know when people kind of do war paint? Just gonna do that on me. Just cover myself in it a little bit.
Okay. Anybody else moving?
Yeah, I wanted to walk up on the road and seeing how he sinks in, probably stay on the road and just have a look at the card investigation. Kind of how was it destroyed? Was it animals? Or something?
Yep. Grushk and Filion can give me a investigation check.
Can I do a survival instead?
Yes, so you can do a survival to look for tracks.
Oh, nice.
Interestingly, you notice some tracks, human-sized footprints running further north, disappearing northwards, and they seem to disappear in the direction of the village. Fillion, you can see that obviously one of the wheels broke and the whole thing tipped over. Otherwise, nothing untoward or bad ever happened here.
Must have run on a rock. Shit happens.
I think this cart belonged to
Schlop.
human. I see footprints going north.
I will concede that dogs usually don't own carts, so
So is that
it is.
a body I see, or is that
Well-
just the top of the car?
This is a world
it's just
with
the top of
other
the car.
races than humans. Orcs, halflings.
Yes,
Yeah,
but there's a
that-
human settlement north of here.
That all checks out. Let's keep going and I
One sec.
don't think there's much really.
Is there anything in them barrels?
No, the barrels have been smashed
Okay.
open.
I'm just going to have a quick check around the cart, see if there's anything in there beforehand.
Okay. Yep. As you have a jolly good look round, you can find that it seems to have been smashed up. Nothing seems to have been taken. You find actually a couple of packets of flour that have absorbed a lot of water, but they don't appear to have been destroyed or disturbed,
Okay.
other than the cart falling over.
Okay. I let everyone know, and then I get back onto the path.
Some poor man lost a cart here. Very sad.
Yes.
I will take the lead, as I do not want Grush in the lead.
Yeah, be careful to
Okay.
stay on the
Bellator,
road.
are you here?
You don't
What
want
is
to look
that
like
supposed to mean?
Todrick.
Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
I
I'm
was
just
just checking
standing
you're
here
still with
watching
us.
everybody walk around.
And Grush said, "What the hell's that supposed to mean?" I reply, "Well, I can take a lot more hits than you."
Are you sure about that? You can
Yes.
dodge more hits, but you can't take them.
No, he can pretty much take him.
Yeah, don't say like I can take a lot of hits.
Looking around, actually, I think how far off are we off this village?
You're maybe about 500 meters,
Oh, okay.
600 meters.
Okay,
You
so
estimate?
we already made most of the way.
Yeah, you've made a good part of the travel
For your
already.
information, Todrick, I'm also very good at taking hits and
How
staying
about
up.
we don't take hits? Like, that's preferable, I think. You know, not getting
I
killed.
just turned to
wounded.
Grush and I was like, "If you want to be in melee range the whole time, be fine. That's fine. You can be in melee range."
I want to track the footprints to see if they lead off this place. And I
I'm
don't
not-
want you stepping over the tracks.
I'm not planning on it, but we know where they're going. They're heading to the village. There's up there.
Yes,
That
and I want
direction.
to make sure that it doesn't go off the direction of the village. Making sure. Precautions.
Okay.
Not that
Quick,
you'd know about it.
quick
Yeah.
question.
And then Grush is gonna go forward.
Okay, sorry. Yep, sorry,
Is
Fillion.
there like smoke rising over the houses in terms of like normal cooking fires?
It's hard to tell it's hard to tell. There's a bit of a haze in the
Okay,
swamp,
makes sense.
and what have you, and it's fairly dense foliage above sort of a certain height. As you are, where are we? There we go. As you are preparing, you suddenly see
Ooh, nasty.
Oh, look, it's Grush's mum.
and I'm going to need initiative from everybody in just a sec.
For your
No, that's the dice roller, for God's sake. Come on, what's the initiative one? That's it.
for your information, my mom was human.
Oh, look, it's Grush's dad, mum. Take that.
Right. I am. Let's see. Anybody who doesn't. Actually, yes, I'm going to need a perception check as well off of everybody. So I need to see if anybody doesn't notice this before it happens. Elra here notices, of course. Grush notices. Bellator doesn't.
No, that's just my initiative.
Oh, right, yes, sorry, yes.
Fillion is very sure that nothing is, and this is just a poor man's
Fillion, are you going to have a good roll tonight at all? I'm just asking for a friend.
I'll pass, really. There's no...
There's a lot of pressure in rolling high.
Yeah, it's if you're consistently bad, you know, everyone knows what you're at, and it's nice. It's comfortable.
For this round, Fillion will be surprised. Everybody else gets to act normally. Grushk, out of the murky swamp, almost out of the mud itself, you see a large, foul, greenish-looking creature rise out of the mud and start looking, sniffing the air, and turns its head to you and starts rushing towards you.
Woohooo.
Is it?
So Fillion, surprised Grushk, what are you going to do?
What kind of creature? Todrick.
Do you want to give me a survival? Do you want to spend your action to give me a survival check to identify it?
Sure.
You sorted out the turn order, by the way.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Todrick has a turn before me.
Yeah, how's that?
Todrick, surprise.
Am I? I got 20.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, sorry. That's sorry. Todrick, what are you? You see the same thing. What would you like?
I'm going to go into a rage.
Oh, I've got to go into a
As you
rage.
do.
I would like to be angry.
And I am going to take Seth here. And Seth here. And that will be that. Just so I'm in front. And I'm going to throw a javelin in his face.
Okay. And I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from
there you go.
Constitution saving throw. Again, you're stepping off the path. You sink up to your knees in slimy mud. It feels cool upon your skin. Scales.
Feels like home. And then throw that.
And you throw a javelin for 13 damage. The javelin slams into the troll's shoulder. Into the creature's shoulder. The unidentified creature's shoulder, and it screams with rage and just rips the thing out, sniffs it, and then tries.
And then I throw another one.
Okay. Yep. That one thuds into its leg, and it pulls it out. It's looking very angry now, and it throws them down into the mud, where they just sink out of sight gradually. No, he just throws them down into.
My javelins.
Hey, you can go and get them if you want. How much that was 9, wasn't it? Take 9 more off of that. Okay, it's hurt, but not too badly. It's looking angry.
So it's an action to identify the thing.
If you want to, it's an action to do to make a skill check. So if you wanted to make try and identify the creature.
Hit first, think later.
Yes. The Todrick School of Combat.
Super.
So, anything else for Todrick?
Nope, that will be my turn.
And I'm surprised.
What's the move on these? Let's see what can they.
Oh, they. I get you.
Yes, they as in the creature. Fillion.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm very
seeing
surprised.
Oh, you're surprised? Yeah, Grushk. So you've seen the creature be hit by a couple of javelins. What do you want to do? Survival. You don't really recognise it. No, you can't quite place it. It's familiar, but you just can't quite place where you've seen one of these before. Any movement for Grush, by the way, sorry.
Movement. I'm going to stay where I am, actually. And then I am going to can I quicken my what's it called? I want to use quickened for my a quickened spell for my firebolt, and prepare it. So make it like a bonus action.
You can fire. Yes, you can use You can quicken to fire. Use your firebolt as a bonus action if you so wish.
I'd like to do that, but I'd also like to prepare it so that when he attacks, I'll attack.
Okay.
No, you can only use an action as a prepared thing.
Yeah, you could use it now.
I'll use it
if you
now.
wanted to. Okay, give me a roll for your firebolt. The firebolt goes screeching out and streaks past this blast of fire, streaks past the creature's head, and it looks angrily at you, but grins its foul, toothy grin. Can I get a perception check off of Grushk, please?
All right.
Oh, it actually is your dad. I said, it actually is your dad.
Possibly.
Okay. The following happens.
Oh no.
As a creature rears up out of the mud and makes 3 attacks. One with its bite and 2 with its claws. Its bite misses.
The frustration.
I rolled a 2.
I'm still using my shield spell.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Does it apply against all attacks, or is this, or is it for
It's
this
for
round?
the round, I think. I'll check.
Yeah, I'd be wrong.
Yep,
Yeah.
here's the round. Okay, what's your AC effectively?
It's +5 with this, and I have 10, so 15.
19 and a 20 for the claws. Ooh, that was nice. It hits home doing ouch, 14 slashing, and I need you to make 23 slashing damage, and I need you to make 2 poison saving throws.
Yep, I was literally about to say that. I was about to say, I heard you're a good tank.
Poison saving throws.
Two constitution saving throws for you, please, Brush. Fail.
Damn.
One more. Succeed. So you take 10 plus 4, which is 14 poison damage.
Alright.
And, right, okay. That's that one. Now the one you've been throwing stuff at. Is going to rush over to Todrick and try the same thing. It's going to try it. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 15.
And 19 hits for 6 piercing from its bite. And its claws. 17 and 19 again. Need 2 dex saves from you versus poison.
Okay.
Sorry, 2 con saves versus poison.
Con save 1. Con save 2.
Oh yeah. First one saves, second one does. So you take 13 plus 13 plus 9 is 22 and half is 7. 29 damage in total.
Off that is... math is hard. 15. 14.
Yep, 15. 15. Right. Elrahir,
Do I see any more trolls popping up?
do you want to spend a turn, your action, to have a perception check around?
Sure.
Okay. What did I get for my stealth?
Is that passive even?
Oh, yes. No, you do not.
I thought so.
You see no other of these creatures coming around. Just to make any movements there.
All hunters marked that one.
Okay, it's your bonus action, your hunter's mark. I shall put a little hunter's mark doohickey on him. He is hunter's marked. Anything else for Elra here? Okay, Bellator.
Yes.
Do tanky things. Okay, protect Fillion. He's our healer.
He's also pretty fine, actually. Like, they are already engaged. And
Is this muddy area here?
That would be that looks like a treacherous, muddy area.
I'll take your help, Grush. He looks half health already.
Yeah.
I can still take a hit.
Yeah, keep saying that.
Okay,
Alright.
you closed to combat.
Why?
Oh,
22 hits for a DC 17. Ooh, that's gonna be difficult. Oh, rolled over from a 20 to a 2. No, that's really that doesn't knock the target down. You can't realize the damage roll. Fuck me. So that's 21 slashing damage.
bravo.
Let's see. 21. Oh, actually, I forgot that. That begins that.
It's also from
20.
love magical weapon. And then one more attack.
That hits for 15 damage.
And then I'm just going to smack him around the head with my shield.
15 does hit, just for 9
I feel like you're
bludgeoning.
just like smacking him like left, right, up.
Down,
Left
up,
leg, right
up.
leg, chinners.
Yeah. Come on, Rocky, do it as we.
Up, down, left, right. Was it up, down, left, right, start? Engage. I can't remember. Anything else for Behellator?
No, that's me.
Okay, back to the top of the round. Fillion is not surprised this round.
Yay.
Podrick, I need a con saving throw from you, please. The smells from this thing is horrendous. It stinks worse than anything else. And you pass successfully.
That's one thing Todrick does do well.
yeah, the mud and the stink, and this is great.
Okay. Let's try my little combo again that I did against the Warforgers. So I'm a reckless attack, so I get advantage, and
Ooh.
before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon you are proficient with, you can choose to take -5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you add +10 to the attack damage.
Mm-hmm.
And just say that you want to do it reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless is a great weapon master.
25.
-5 is 20.
So
That
that's
hits.
27 damage on that one. And then
Holy
24. And that's 29 damage on that one.
Goes to 19. Ooh.
So that's with the +10 as well on the second one. So
Yep, he's very badly hurt. He's bloodied now.
no, wink at him.
And looking very unhappy. Anything else for Todrick Goldsmore?
What can I do? I don't Can I do anything with a bonus, or is my reckless attack a bonus action? I don't think I can do anything with a bonus action.
Okay, I'm also going to need a DC saving throw that you want to fail.
Okay.
Sorry, a con save that you want to fail.
That's 20. So.
Okay. As you are thrashing around in the mud and trying to move around and to get a decent hit onto this creature, you are now mid-thigh in mud. You are now granting a +2 to hit from creatures because you no longer maneuver quite so successfully. That's it for Todrick. Okay. Elrahir, give me a perception check, please. And I need to roll one of these. Oh, forget it, alright. Okay, so you are not surprised.
More trolls. Apparently.
Hey.
Yep, the third troll. The third troll steps up onto the path and is going to try and... It's right, because they do extra damage if they get surprised. He's going to try and bite Elrahir at disadvantage. Oh, 15 doesn't hit, does it? 8 doesn't hit. And a 15 doesn't hit. Fuck. Okay, it slices at you and does not do any damage. Filion.
I am going to first use let's say 3 of my class feature healing die to heal Grush, which would be 3d6. Roll those real quick. 1, 2, 3. That is 5 hit points and 3 temporary hit points. Not as great as I would hoped, but it's what it is.
No. And your double dice roll continues.
Yes, pretty much. And luckily for me, as a player that understands what a troll is, Philin has no idea, my kind of next go-to combat spell is Flaming Sphere. So I'm going to cast a Flaming Sphere, and because there's 3 really big, burly enemies around me, I will overcast it. Let me check what that actually does.
It means that it's going to ring.
Yeah, it permanently increases the damage. I was just making sure. So yeah, I'm overcasted at 3rd level instead of 2nd.
Okay, so there's an extra d6
Correct.
of damage.
It's 3d6.
So it's
And I'm
3d6,
going to spawn
failed
it
save.
kind of over here next to the troll that is currently facing arrow here, because that startled me a lot.
Well, it's not going to face me for much longer.
Yeah, that is also a problem. I mean, it's a problem for me, and that is a huge flaming sphere.
Yeah, I'm going to shrink that. I must make a flaming sphere token. How? It's just a normal token. Oops. Where are you going to put it? Sorry, over here.
So that's fine, and I'm
Over
going
here.
to
Right here. Yeah.
smash it into the troll, and
Okay. Dex
that is a
saving
dex saving throw, 3d6 save for all.
It's a long disadvantage. That's all we get. We got a... Yeah, we failed. I got a 10.
And that's... it's not as terrible. It's about average.
10.
It's 10. Yeah. And it is also any creature that ends its turn close to it will also take damage.
Right. Let's flow. Let's not get carried. Okay. Is that it for filling?
That is my bonus action and my action.
Grushk, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw from you, please. Ooh, Grushk is poisoned.
How much damage?
Nothing, but you cannot regain hit points until cured.
Oh, okay. Then what I am going to do is I'm going to look at the one that hit me, and then I'm going to cast Mage
Yes.
Armor on myself. Let's start with
Okay.
that first.
So that's 13 plus your Dex temporary armor class. Good.
So now I'm 13.
Oh,
AC, not age.
yes. Figure that one.
And then, I got a question. If I do
Yes.
greater invisibility on myself,
Yes.
would that be able to allow me to get out of a person's reach without them hitting me, or would they hit at a disadvantage or something?
Yes. Nope. They would. You would. Ooh. Yes, you would be able. I would say. Oh, well, yes, you can slip out of their grasp.
All right, I'm gonna hold on to that right now.
Okay.
For now, and I'm just going to go up here,
Okay.
and I'm going to strike this guy with my staff.
Okay. I will say you still have those robes of scintillating colours.
I know, but they're not. I'm not attuned to it.
Ah, right. Okay. So go on and give me a hit roll, Mister.
Yeah, I am charging 3. I'm expending 3 charges, just so you know.
Okay. So after striking, you swing with all your might. 3 charges powering the head of the staff, dripping magical sparks as you swing and miss.
Damn.
Barely. Barely
That's
miss.
the end of my turn.
Okay. Let's see. Where did that stop? Why?
You 3 have fought trolls before, haven't you?
We have, I think, but
Yeah, you
icy
have.
ones.
Yeah.
Ice trolls.
Yes. Unfortunately, you couldn't recall what they were. Okay, so this troll is going to 1 to 4. It's going to hit at Bellator. Yep, it's going to swing at Bellator. The bite comes in. It's trying and bite Bellator's head off, but I am only going to get a 6. So that's 13. That misses. And claws. Oh, fuck! That hits.
Crit.
Yep. That hits. I'm going to need a poison save from you, please, Bellator.
1 moment.
Yes, Mr. Robot.
Con save. Okay, you take. Oh, actually, that's quite easy. They're both the same. 44 damage, sir.
Cool, gonna use Stone's Endurance.
Reduce it by 8. So that's 36 damage you take? No, 34. No, yes, sorry, 36. 36.
And they did slashing damage as well?
Yes, so you can take 3 off that, so down to 33. What's frightening is that one hit could almost drop Fillion. That's his go. This troll here looking unhappy. happy, and is going to swipe at with advantage against you. So bite attack. 15. Does that hit?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, 17 because he gets +2 because you're admired. And then the claws. 17 hits. 28 hits. So 19 damage. You need two con saving throws versus poison against you, please. Pass and fail. You always seem to pass against the high damage. So 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 13, 26, plus 5, 31 damage, which you can then have.
Yeah. 47.
Yep. If you click when you click on your character on your token, there's the little green bar one, which currently for Todrick says 47. If you actually click on that and type -15, for example, it will automatically just take it off for you rather than having to do it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You told me that before.
Yeah. Elra here. I am going to need, it's your turn, I'm going to need a con saving throw from you, DC 16. Oh, I mean, sorry, a constitution
Because they
saving
stink.
throw. Because they stink real bad. They've been literally slopping through the mud to get to you.
That's 16.
16, you pass barely. You fight down the urge to gag. You and Todrick are now immune for 24 hours. What would you like to do, Mr. Elra here?
Villain's already gone. Oh well. I'm such a nice ranger.
You are. 30 feet to an occupied space. Okay.
Rob.
That's your bonus action, and for your action, sir, and movement.
I'll shoot that point.
Okay. Shoot away. Fumble and shoot Bellator in the back of the head. Yeah, well, no. Can't have everything. That is 14, 25, 27, 31 as the arrows slam into him.
Can I go like this
he's
to not get in the mud? Or...
You could go to here, to here. You'd have to go to there, and then to there. This area here, I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's the route you'd have to take.
I'll just go here and then do a
okay.
con save.
That would be the mud.
I con save, right?
Yes.
Oh. So I would have 1 square left of movement. So there you go.
Yep. As you're slopping through the mud. Okay. Anything else for Elra here? Knee deep in sloppy mud.
Sloppy.
Flop.
Sloppy mud. Bellator, I will need a con save from you from the stench of this vile creature and the troll. Unfortunately, Bellator is also poisoned. As the stench makes you want to throw up inside your little helmet. You resist the urge. But you may attack as normal.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the roll. I didn't scroll down far enough. 24 hits, DC 17. 16. Okay, he's down again.
And then I'm going to attack him with advantage.
Yep.
Hopefully I can crit him. Hopefully... where am I? Crossbred. Oh.
You. Okay, yeah, sure, okay. And yeah, he goes down. Okay,
Rush, make sure you
down.
burn him.
Anything else for Bellator? You have your movement, sir.
I am
going to
going
avoid
to
throwing up on someone.
move right here. And that is me.
Okay. Back to the top of the round, Todrick. The swamp beast is trying to kill you.
My button was stuck, and I am trying to kill it.
Okay, do your best.
I will.
Do it.
I'm gonna use an inspiration and roll that.
Sure.
Because there we go.
Just roll on the fumble table, just for
Shiggles.
Shiggles. Ooh, that would have been bad. Shiggles, shits and giggles. Okay, so yeah, so the 20 hits for what's the
I don't know. I think that's meant to raise damage.
It's a 1d8, but
Yeah.
no, two hand, one hand and two hand. So because it's 1d6 on the left and 1d8 on the right.
Oh, yes, you're using the spear, aren't you? So that is 3 is 14 damage, and your second attack.
Exactly the same.
See, is it 14 though? Because since he's rolling a d8, and are you using it two-handed? Yeah, then it should be 1 plus.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah,
7
sorry,
plus
yes,
3.
Fuck. So it's 8 damage in total. That was dreadful.
11. 1 plus 7 plus 3.
I have no idea what you're on.
No, it's 3 plus 1 twice. Because the 7 doesn't hit. He used
but
his what's it does.
It doesn't add his strength modifier to the damage on the d8, which you need to add. And then it's plus 2 from the spear's magic damage. So
right, so yeah, so what's your strength modifier?
5.
5, so it's 5, so it's 7, so it's 14, 15, 16, 22. It's nearly dead.
if you go into the spear, you can just honestly remove the d6 and change it into a d8. Because you're never going to use it one-handed, right?
No, probably not.
Okay. Troll attack down here is going to rush up to here. 1 to 4. It's sorry, 1 to 4. It's going to hit Bellator. Lucky Bellator. Right, he's going to make a bite attack against Bellator.
It does look the most intimidating.
He does. The 13 misses. That should be normal. 23 hits and 12 misses. 23 hits. I need a poison save from Bellator, please. .22 is good enough. So you take 15 damage from the claws as the venom on the claws doesn't quite overcome your strength, but you can feel it burning on your skin. Filion, con saving throw from you, please, sir.
It ended its turn 5 feet from the flaming sphere. So
Oh, that's okay. Yep, do that damage. So it's
Yeah, it
3d6.
just takes it because there's
Dex.
nothing to dodge, right?
Dex save.
Or is there? Let me read. Any creature that and yeah, it's still a dex save.
Yep, it failed. Unless your magical ability is only 10.
No, my save is like
No, okay, so 13.
17 is my save, so yeah.
Yep, so it takes the damage, and then I will need a poison con save from you, please.
All right, for the smelly
The
bit.
stench of the beastie. Because it smells so bad.
Con save, that's gonna be good. Yes, it's great. Poisoned? Poisoned.
You got it. You are poisoned
Well, the
also.
good thing about that is it doesn't destroy my concentration.
Nope.
Which means I can still jam this thing into its back for another dex save.
Oh, what's your thingy?
It's,
Target number is?
17.
Damn it, 16. Okay, 3d6 please.
Do that. Now I'm starting to roll. Well, kind of.
Better. See, you jinxed it as soon as you said that.
Probably,
you jinxed
yes.
it. 2 6s, 12, 13.
And I am going to, because I can move and collide with someone with this thing. I would like to move it up to here and warn Bellator to take a step back. That's hot. And kind of just edge along the side of this troll. I'm not going to get out of combat, but actually I can, because that is all a bonus action for the spell, which means I have my action to disengage and move up here.
Yep.
So, leaving Bellator space, the sphere ends here, so it is close to both of the troll.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks, I can't control. And that is my turn.
Oh, can you not? Right. Grushk, what would you like to do, sir?
Fireball in between these 2 points.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of fry everyone.
Yep.
Wait, what?
So, like that?
No. Take it
Do
down.
it.
I'm
No.
I'm thinking.
You won't.
No, little bit higher up. Little bit to the left.
He measured it. He knows he can hit both of them.
You are going to get Bellator in that.
Flower damage.
Because the cube isn't touching him.
It will.
Yeah, the cube is. The
Oh,
cube
sorry.
it will.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
You won't get both trolls
I won't.
without
Oh,
clobbering
okay.
Bellator. Not without clobbering Bellator as well.
What if I
Bellator's tough.
take
He's
a
got the hit points for it.
step down?
So step
you miss.
down. You will miss the top troll.
And left roll. No, wait, you won't.
You can get.
You can
one of
hold
them
your
with
action
both of them.
to cast Fireball after I move.
I'll do that.
All falls, or he falls down. Okay, so you're preparing Fireball, which means you use a spell slot. And you have the spell
Yes.
prepared.
And then I'll tell
Okay.
Bella to get out of the way.
Everyone is telling Bellator to move.
That troll is dead. This troll is not.
I still have my bonus action.
There we go. Oh, sorry, what did you want to do with your bonus action?
Quickened and firebolt.
Nope.
I can't?
Nope, because you already hold. No, because you're holding the
Oh,
spell.
okay. I'll keep it then.
Oh, actually, no, you can because you've got because a quickened allows you to
Bonus
cast
action.
as a.
Yeah. I mean, we
Go
could
on.
just say I did the firebolt first and then I hold the firebolt.
Yeah. Okay. Who are you going to shoot at? Bellator. Shoot Bellator.
Do
No, I'm not gonna shoot Bellator,
You won't.
but I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot this one.
Sounds fine.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna shoot this one because he has more health, and hopefully the fireball can.
Okay. Maybe he has.
So yeah, the one to the down, and then
Roll to hit. pulling out a fantastic feat of fire-based engineering. This firebolt smashes into the face of the troll, destroying one of its eyes, and half the skin on its face is now just a blistered mass as your firebolt streaks home and hits him. He does not like you. Anything else? Now you're preparing the fireball. Done? Yep. Okay, Troll versus Todrick. Todrick is going to try and bite Todrick. Yeah, I'll do the attacks first. 25 hits, claws, 1. 24 hits, and 17 hits. 2 saving throws from you, please, Con. 9 fails, 27. Okay, that is 10. 21 plus 12 is 21, and 12 is 33. Plus 6 for 39.
So 19 damage?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a lot easier to do that way.
Clever. Good, isn't it? You save them to do complicated math. And I need a dex save for the troll. Ah, fuck. That's still not good enough. 3d6, please, Fillion.
That is 8.
8. I know the answer to that with maths. Okay, Elrahir.
Moo moo. Pew pew.
Pew pew. Okay, pew pew.
Fumble. Sure.
We'll just take the damage you rolled there if you're happy with that, or if you'd like to re-roll it. Alright, okay, so you hit yourself for 22 and you're shooting this one. This one goes down as well. Wrong button.
It's not dead, I'm assuming, because no fire.
It's taking fire damage from that sort of regen. And I'll just assume you firebolt the arse out of the monster down. Anything else for for Elrahir? You gonna want to get out of the mud?
I'm out of the mud now.
You're out of the mud now.
There you go.
Okay. Bellator? I'm gonna need a dex saving throw from you first.
Of course, all the magic casters would hurt me.
I know they're rude,
Yes.
aren't they, Bellator?
Yeah.
If that's for the sphere, that's at the end of the turn.
Well, this is started.
Oh.
Anybody that started.
Billet
next
removed.
turn.
Does that mean I can do the fireball?
Oh, ends its turn. Oh, for fuck's sake! I
Yeah,
thought it was the start of the
that's why I
turn. Oh, well.
paused it there, so
Okay.
he could move out of the way before I triggered.
Ah, right.
I have
Okay,
PTSD
so,
now.
Bellator. Oh dear. It'd be so funny if it wasn't true. Go on, Bellator. Do that thing that you do.
Boosh.
One,
29 hits. 20 hits for Shield Bash. Shield Bash hits. That is 23. Yeah, he's good enough. He's down. Wrong button again, and they go down. So, the fight is successfully over.
Grush just.
Are you burning? Are you burning the corpses? Firebolting the corpses into
I
oblivion?
think we should keep one of them not so burned up, so that maybe they're offering rewards, considering one of the, these things were taken down. So maybe they're offering rewards for whoever takes them out of the way, so that they don't get ambushed anymore.
you only need an air.
That's all it takes.
All right. Well, at least I'll throw the fireball here. Burn the corpses, because last time they came up.
Yep.
Those bastards.
Yep, you can just firebolt them into oblivion.
And that's the slot
Yeah,
that I expended earlier.
Yep, no problem. Okay, it was all being dead. Are you just taking an ear for one of the trolls, are you?
I guess.
Okay, you take a troll from one of the
Someone
ears.
else will
Take an
have to
ear
do
from
it.
one of the trolls. You take a troll from one of the ears.
Maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself there.
Someone
but yes.
else is going to have to do that because I do not have a dagger.
I'll take 3 ears from 3 trolls.
Okay, well, okay. Well, okay, we can just say you did that before it died, before you firebolt them into oblivion. You take the ears, you collect the ears, and the combat is over. The party survived.
Grush is going to turn to Todd and he's going to say, "See?" And then he's kind of bleeding. Told you I can take a hit. And then he's going to stumble and go for it.
Okay.
Well, I think I can.
Bellator turns around, literally leaking poison. Yes, you can take a hit.
Yes. Grush, once again saved by Bellator's self-sacrifice.
Doing a quick, like, now that the heat of combat is over, a quick estimate kind of medicine check way of how poisoned are we actually from basically stinking air. Is this going to blow over real quick, or is this a longer lasting affliction?
This appears to be... no, it won't last too much longer. It'll last about an hour, and then it will pass.
We are reasonably close to the village, so
You estimate that you could make the village, as long as you have no more detours, you could make the village.
just probably take a rest and sleep it off, basically, or
Yeah, in the village.
I won't go spending spell slots on restoration then.
Okay, you're going to push on towards the village.
Push on to the village.
And fine, it's a
As
village
you push
of
on, there are bitey insects that are annoying and irritating, except to Todrick, who covered himself in the mud, which seems to protect him a great deal against the bitey insects, as they really just can't bite him through the mud. You approach the village from this end. As you approach the village, you have entered Mudburg. It is... I'm sorry for the quality of the map, it's the best I could do. The village is a ramshackle collection of houses. They are leaning. Obviously, the foundations of stones are probably long sunk out of sight in the damp soil. There isn't a sign of paint anywhere on these houses. They are literally ramshackle huts. Attempts have been made to properly shingle the roofs and what have you, but over the years, makeshift repairs have been carried out. There's little evidence of local farming. As you approach the village, you see at a house just here what appears to be an older woman dressed in a patched dress with a cloak and a hood over her head, and seeming in discussions with a woman who's crying hysterically, holding a baby, clutching a baby tight to her chest, and a man about the same age as the grieving woman, or the crying woman, sorry, is trying to console her and take the baby. It seems to be trying to take the baby away. What does the party want to do? You can also drag yourselves onto the map if you want to. If only just to so you know where you are.
I don't want to intervene, so I guess watch and see what happens.
They can crawl under the scars, Philly, which is worse. So, sorry, what was that, Grushk?
Unless anyone here is doing anything to intervene, I guess just watch and see what happens.
Okay. After a few minutes, there's 2 or 3 other people come over and seem to trying to be consoling them. Do you want to give me Grush?
I'll do a perception.
The party. Yeah, try and give me a perception check. Everybody's allowed. But you are still some distance. Okay, Filian and Elra here. You hear the man saying to the woman, "No, come on, love. It's for the best. It's for the best." And you can hear the woman, "No, she's still my daughter. Please, she's still my daughter." And you can hear what appears to be the older woman saying, "Give it to me. I will do what needs to be done. I will take her." No, please, she's still my daughter. Please, for a while longer. It's for the best, Martha. Come along. Let her take you. No. And with that, the man pries the baby, the child, from her mother's arms. You guess the baby to only be a few weeks old. And the woman falls to the ground, hysterical sobbing. And the man hands the small baby to the what appears to be the midwife. And then let's have a look at the thing. You are about 150
Can I
feet
sprint
away.
there?
Yeah. You could rush
I
up.
am going to rush up there.
Through Okay, as you rush forward.
And I'm going to be like, basically, because I'm guessing I see this woman, then take her baby and her collapse to the floor. And I'm going to be like, what's going on here?
Who are you?
I am Todrick, the bench presser of bugbears.
Never ask him.
Let me get my whole list.
I forgot. It's been 2 weeks. I forgot. Never ask.
And the bench presser of bugbears, the breaker of mountains, the arm wrestler of giants, the provider of pain, the ones God fears. Who are you?
The man looks over to you. I'm Simon. This is my wife Martha. Just as the woman sobbing hysterically, the dark-robed woman, or the dark-cloaked woman, sorry, is turned and is walking off into the
with the
swamp
baby. Where's she going? I ask him what's she doing with that baby.
She has the mark. She has the witch's mark. She is being taken to the swamp.
To do what with?
But is that some kind of ailment? Because I might be able to help.
And as you stand, as you ask, what does that mean? What is she going to do? Tears start streaming down his face as well. What must be done?
And at that point, Todrick's going to run off. Well, let's start heading that way, like, because that's just not right. Todrick is dumb and everything, but Todrick does not like seeing people die for no reason.
Okay. And to your answer, Filian, one of the other townsmen looks at you and says, "Look, outsider. This is our village. She has the mark. She cannot stay here. She has the mark, and she must be taken to the swamp and given to the swamp."
Might I see this man? I'm just curious. I'm not intending to. Well, Todrick's already run off. Just what is this? Is this some sort of birthmark?
It is a mark on the skin. It marks the child for death, for decay.
Would I be able to catch up with this woman?
I was going to say you are rushing off after her. Give me a oh dear Lord, give me an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw. 9.
Okay, you are chasing off after. You're rushing off after. You see her ahead across a particularly dead flat piece of muddy ground. You take off sprinting after her, and all of a sudden you're knee deep, thigh deep, waist deep in mud, and you cannot feel the bottom.
Can I keep an eye on him and just see him sinking?
You're about here. You cannot see him there because you are engaged in conversation with the townspeople, and you don't necessarily know that something bad has happened, unless you would like to really yell for help.
I'm less gonna yell for help, and I'm more gonna yell at her to get back here.
You see, she disappears amongst the trees.
Oh.
As you yell at her, she stops. She turns back to look at you and just carries on through the trees.
I'm just like, we can help. You don't have to do this.
She disappears through the trees.
Yeah, Philin is trying to.
Todrick, you can hear. Philin, you can hear Todrick shouting, "You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. We can help."
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of ascertain if this is supposed to be magical. I mean, Philin has some experience dealing with in a kind of.
It is the mark. It is the mark. Children with the mark are given to the swamp.
So it's some sort of religious. Interesting.
Mother Maggie takes the children with the
What
mark.
kind of mark?
Just gives them to the swamp.
That's what he's asking.
Well, a witch's mark on
Just
the
the
skin.
mark. He grabs a stick and pokes you with it. We poke, don't poke. Make poke, the poke, mark, poke, in poke, this poke, village. Basically saying they're not going to draw the mark because that would bring doom upon the village. That's why they get rid of the children with the mark.
Usual sort of superstition, I suppose.
You're coming into our town, telling us how we're to do stuff. You can't go around telling us to do stuff. Todrick, you're just above waist deep now. Still can't feel the bottom.
Is there anything nearby I can grab hold of?
Possibly a tree limb of some kind. Give me a dex save. You're desperately trying to twist in the mud as it's gripping towards you. You just can't seem to quite grab the vine, but your struggles are pushing you deeper.
And now you're just gonna hear, being like, fuck this stupid mud. Get.
Yeah. At which point I am going to excuse myself politely from the conversation because it's apparently not that, twisting in circles, and going to have an eye on Todrick, see what he's doing. I was
This is
about
how
to
Todrick
take
dies.
off after the woman, but and I'm
Hang on just a second.
religiously sticking to the path because I have seen Todrick struggle in the mud, and I would just be fucked, utterly fucked.
Well, if you can't talk about, or if you can't show us the mark, then tell us what you know. Who is this woman and why is she taking you? How do you know that the mark brings the curse? Is she the one that's told you this?
Many years ago, there was a child with a curse. Terrible. We had to move the entire village. She killed. She went mad. She went mad. She grew up into evil. Pure evil. Totally evil. She killed so many people. The survivors moved the village to here. We don't keep people with the mark here no more.
And you're sure it was the mark? And it just wasn't the person being crazy?
No, mother, no, your mother at the time that we had, she told us that she showed us the mark, and this was my grandfather's time. Ever since then, we don't keep the people with the mark around. Fillion, you are following the sounds of I fuck. You find Todrick almost, nipple deep in mud and looking somewhat angry. You can also see that his maul is covered in mud, as well as it appears that apparently at some point he's tried to beat the
Yeah, I
mud to
definitely would
death.
have done that.
That is probably a sane thing to do. Is he off the trail, or is there just no trail?
Yeah, he seems to have for some reason rushed off the trail across into what is very obviously a quicksand pit.
Very obviously. Well, I am
Very
going
obviously.
to very obviously cast a 4th level spell and use a grasping vine to
Push him up.
pull him out of it onto the trail. Yeah,
Close, so close.
that is Todrick. Mind your step, please. Don't. Yeah, those.
Okay, Todrick, that vine, that tree root that you were looking to try and grab hold of earlier, suddenly cracks and stretches, reaches out towards you, splits into 3 or 4 branching roots come off and expand and thicken as the tree itself seems to just wrap its roots around you and grab you, and with a sound lift you out of the mud and dump you onto the soft mossy earth next to Fillion.
See, it takes a bit to convince them to do that. And,
Yeah, you'd have got to about there when you did that.
if you wouldn't make that necessary, that would be preferable.
And Todrick is now covered from mud from the nipples down, or where nipples would be on it. You.
I was about to say they are they actually reptilian?
Yes, they are eggborn. They have, and as we've discussed before, they have no belly buttons. They have no nipples.
And smooth.
Now, are we really chasing this person? I must say I'm curious as to what this is and why they're doing this.
She's taken an innocent baby to be abandoned in the swamp.
Yes, that's quite harsh. I don't particularly see a need for that for a skin rash, probably. But do you see which direction she went?
Todrick, aren't you scared of
No,
children?
I'm scared of baby animals.
Oh, baby animals, right?
No.
Not just babies.
Baby
just
animals.
baby animals.
Would you point
Okay.
me where she went?
I point him the way I saw that she did off to.
Yep.
Can I see her still, or is it out of?
No, she's long gone.
Just so I have a reference. How long? Like, did I talk with them for 5 minutes or like 20?
2 or 3 minutes.
That's-
2 or 3 minutes before Todrick
Yeah,
started yelling.
that I can
And
catch.
say another minute. Yeah, and for another minute, you probably go over there, cast a spell, drag him out, and interrogate him as to what happened.
I will. What's it called? Not pull him off. Pull him off is a spell. I'm going wild
Shapeshift.
Yeah, shapeshift, whatever. And I'm going to. What did I have again? Great eagle, giant eagle even.
Yeah, you could go for a giant eagle.
Yes, I think that is my preferred flying form. And just Arroyo just calmly goes shopping. Yeah, sure.
Why not?
I am going to eagle over there with my eagle eyes and try to spot, just roughly flying the direction, trying to spot movement of this.
Right, you're going to have to fly under the trees, because if you try and fly over the trees, you quickly discover that you've got almost total tree ground cover from the treetops.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to try and fly in between the trees and the hanging vines and what have you.
Okay.
You get in the middle
Yeah,
of a swamp.
that's not
So,
as comfortable, but sure I can.
Give me I'm going to give me a DC 12 Dex save to avoid flying into anything that basically trips you up.
I'm not super sure whether or not I use my own or the Eagle's dex. I know with
It'll be the
Yeah,
Eagle's
the physical
Dex,
stats.
because the physical characteristics. I don't have an giant eagle. Let's have a
I'm
look.
just finding one in What's it called? What does it have? It has Dex 17, so +3. That's actually good.
Yeah, better than you, I think.
By quite a bit. So that is 19.
You make it. Yep, you skillfully fly your way through the bits and pieces, and I'll come back to you in a sec. Grush and Bellator, what are you doing in the village?
I am looking for an inn.
The inn is here.
I would be hopelessly arguing with these guys like, this mark, what is it, mark? What kind of mark is it? What about this person? And then I'm guessing if it doesn't work, afterwards, like after a while, he's just going to be like, oh, okay, that mark. I know what you're talking about. Don't show it to me. I understand what you mean. It's a bad thing for people who don't understand what the mark is to not know of it. Do you have anyone that doesn't believe in this mark in this village?
No, we all believe. We all see the mark. Can't have it in the village. We have to look out for it when newborns are born, so the mark doesn't hurt us.
Everyone believes in the mark. There's not one crazy person that doesn't believe in it.
If anybody was to not believe in the mark, we could all be killed in our beds.
Damn. I mean, yay.
Where is that inn again? Ah, cool.
Nice big building there.
Basically, I was just looking for one sane person instead of all of these crazy wackos.
I'm going in for a short rest.
Okay. You walk into the inn. It is much like the rest of the buildings. It's dilapidated. The windows are open. There's little to no glass in this village. The windows are open, and if it rains, they close the shutters. That's about it. The windows are currently open to let in some dim light into the gloom. There's an unshaven, messy-haired looking little man behind the bar, who looks up at you as you come in. Ale. Ale. And he goes back to rearranging the dirt on the bar. Grushk, they all believe.
Damn.
The man over here escorts the sobbing woman back inside the house and shuts the door.
I'm going to ask the believer. Now, here's the thing. I need some things in my house to make sure that this mark never leaves, or this mark never appears into my property. Where is the witch so that I can talk to her and request for remedies to make sure that this doesn't happen?
Yeah, I don't know. It never happened. You got the mark on you?
I do not. But I want to make sure that the mark never appears, and I would like to talk to this woman.
Well, you'd be born with the mark if it was going to be.
It could be drawn on. You never know. That's why they're cursed.
It's only if you're born with the mark. If you're born with the mark, you grow up and you go mad.
Oh, but if it's only born with the mark, then why can't you draw it and show me the mark?
Because it's bad luck.
And that is what I'm saying. I don't want to attract bad luck. So I want to ask.
Then don't draw the mark.
But that's why I'm asking for to be able to find this person so that we know where she is.
Right.
Basically, I'm just trying to agree with this person as much as I can.
Give me a completely confusing the DM roll, please. Give me a persuade roll. And make it really good. No, he's not going, and he's getting quite angry with you now. He's really not going to draw the mark, and other people are saying, now sort of joining him saying, we don't draw the mark. We don't never draw the mark. Elrahim, interesting foodstuffs. No, not really. The food that they grow seems to go towards just feeding themselves. They don't seem to have a general store or anything like that.
No interesting thing to try.
Not unless you actually knocked on somebody's door and tried to go into that and ask.
No,
them
I'll go to the
ask
tavern
join
and
them for
ask
supper.
if they
No.
have. Interesting.
Okay. Interesting. Got some stew.
I'll try it.
He goes out the back. Oh, fucking hell. That's some fucking stew. Goes out the back. You hear a lid, a metal lid, it's a slop. He comes back out and plonks down what a stew that's bits in
Probably
it.
atrocious. We'll see.
Probably meaty bits. Probably meaty bits and possibly vegetable bits. And there you go. Stew. And he just looks at you, he just stares at you. It's 2 copper when you're finished.
I'll hand it to him now.
Thank you. He doesn't break eye contact, he just stares at you.
Cheers.
Yeah. Your friend wants some stew.
You want some stew?
Yes, please.
Oh, God. More of him wanting stew. He wanders out the back, fills another bowl of this warm gelatinous muck, slops it into a bowl, and puts it on the bar. Stew copper.
Sure.
He's now staring at Bellator.
I
Copper, please.
pay for since I'm already sending it.
All right. Thank you. And he's just making eye contact with you now, Elrea, just staring at you. And he stares at the two of you as you sit at the table. It doesn't look appetizing.
I never assumed it did.
It looks like it looks like stew that was put on to cook 2-3 months ago, and it's just been sitting there being kept warm. Are you going to eat it?
Sure.
Roll against poison.
Okay. You begin to eat.
I
the stew.
don't like shove
It's
it in. I
not-
taste it first
Sorry?
and then.
Yeah. You begin to eat the stew. It doesn't taste as bad as it looks. The textures of the meats are quite unusual, and most of the vegetables have really just been cooked down to a mush at this point. But it's not bad. Probably quite filling. Especially if you had some sort of bread to mop up the large amounts of gravy and what have you.
Sure.
Right, as you two are eating, Fillion, you give me a perception check, please. Does he follow the tracks? With advantage, I believe,
yes,
for an eel.
visual stuff I have. Perception is mental stats though, so that's my own. Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Perception. Oops, this one.
You
Oh yeah,
do
that is.
give me and give actually let me just roll that. Let's just roll that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so you follow that. You managed to spot the tracks. You can almost feel there's a form of magic being used. You almost recognise it. It feels familiar, more of a naturey style sort of magic. You're guessing that someone is trying to use magic to hide their path, but your keen eagle eyes and cunning mind are seeing straight through it. You see the footprints leading off to the west. Are you going to follow them?
And you have rolled real bad if she is using if she's using
Pass without trace,
and I
yes.
still can track.
Yeah. Well, I rolled a 2, so it was like, well,
Yeah,
okay.
but
never mind.
bonus is
So you
one. Her
Sorry?
bonus can be no larger than 1 because otherwise she'd be at 24.
pass without trace is
right.
only plus 10.
Sure.
So you follow, and you find what appears to be a larger than usual tree. It looks like an oak of some kind. Scattered around the bottom of this oak are a few remnants of bone, very small bone. And you will also, with your eagle eyes, you will also spot maybe some tattered remains of cloth. The woman lays the small child at the base of the oak tree, bows and mutters some words, steps back, sighs, and begins to walk back to the village.
Very interesting. I'm going to sit here and wait for a little bit. Alert if anything were to come out and try to eat this thing, but otherwise I'm going to let her pass. Just actually, I'd like to inside check her. Like, she clearly hid the fact that she's bringing it here, but the reasoning behind it is she doing this and thinking it's right, or is she being malicious about it?
You would have to more talk to her directly. As she's walking away, though, she suddenly stops, turns, and looks up into the tree that you're hiding in.
I do.
Oh, sorry, you're sat
I do
in.
the typical
Sorry, go on.
bird thing where you just tilt the head to the side and look at her.
Her eyes narrow. Leave, Druid. This is not for you. This is not for you at all. Leave. These are my swamps.
This is for you. I can only understand.
Cawing?
I can't speak, right?
Yeah.
Well,
You can make bird noises at her.
that would be. I mean, she might understand them for all I know, but I don't think so. I think I will. Yeah, just transform back and sit on the branch because I don't want to be on the floor in any circumstance. Sit on the branch and ask her if it's for her. Is it for you then?
This is my domain. I rule here. You do not rule here. You must leave.
Oh,
You and your friends must leave, or great evil will fall before you. And the village is mine. The village is protected. You cannot stay
not
here.
here to interfere in your domain at all. I'm just curious as to why this child has to die. Didn't do anything.
She has the mark. She has the mark, the witch mark. She has to die.
Can I have a look? I'm curious as to what this witch
No.
is.
Druid, leave.
Oh, this is hard. I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Wait. So she has the witch mark, but she is a witch.
She might be a druid.
No, the witch doesn't have the witch. You're calling her a witch.
She might not be. She might see herself as something else.
Gotcha.
And witch is a negative.
She's the village wise woman. She sees the ailments and illnesses and what have you.
So I'm casting Detect
This is
Magic.
not for you, Drew.
And
You're casting Detect Magic. What's the range
yeah,
on that?
I'm just looking because 30 feet. I don't know how far off I sit, but probably more, right?
She radiates magic. Does it tell you what sort of magic?
School of magic, yes.
Let me just have a quick look.
Pass without a trace, that would be abjuration.
Yeah, you detect pass without the trace on. Abjuration magic.
Well, that didn't work so well. Otherwise, the tree, can I, like, is there anything... I'm trying to figure out if this is a magical thing or more of a religious...
You're not quite close enough. You're not close enough to the tree to quite detect that. Cast another spell trap, and I will punish you. Now, leave.
Well, I have a question for you. This is your domain. You know it inside out. Is there a tower around here?
There was.
There's a ruin of a
Centuries ago.
tower around here, then.
Yes. It collapsed. 300, 400, 500 years ago, 600 years ago. I don't know.
No, you don't.
It's off to the northwest somewhere. She nods ahead in a northwest, what you assume to be a northwesterly direction. It's off there, that way somewhere.
Any idea?
A couple of miles.
What is in there?
Nothing for me. It is not for me. The swamp is for me. The village is for me. That tower, that is of man. That is not for me.
Well, I have a suspicion, and it's just a suspicion. I don't know this, but it might have something to do with your witch mark, if you want to call it that. It might be the source of the evil that you are trying to ward away. In which case, you might be in luck, in fact, that we are here, and not want us to go away all that quickly, because we are on our way to this tower, me and my companions. And
You will bring doom. It is doomed to go to the tower. It is of man. It is not of you. It is not of me. We are of the land. You are of the land.
oh, I know, but my companion has something to do there. It's a problem. It's an evil thing that we need to get rid of. And I have a feeling it might be also the evil thing that is seeping out into your swamp.
Come back to the village. You can tell me about it.
Oh, I'd love to. And another thing I would love is for this innocent child, really, not to die if it isn't at all necessary. Which I doubt it will be once we're done. You don't seem to have.
She has the mark. She has to be here. The swamp will decide.
I have a feeling it
One
might
way or
decide
another.
too quickly. The swamp, as much as the forest, I would imagine, is always hungry. And it doesn't really discriminate.
You will never find the tower without my help. Do you wish to displease me? I can leave you wandering in these marshes, in these swamps, in this mud for days. I've already sent one of your companions to the
You
bottom.
try.
Do you wish to join?
Well, I will join in a bit, but that's besides the point. Also, the misdirection was interesting, but we are talking still. So I don't mean you harm, don't get me wrong. How about you take this child, and would it be much of a danger to have it out here in 2 days' time? 1 day's time?
It has the mark. It must. It is the law of the village.
Oh yeah, but do you have to fulfill the law right now? Or in a day?
Yes. Yes. The mark was found today. The child must be brought here today. If it survives. Good. But the swamp will decide. Come. Join me in the village. We will talk more. I will tell you the way to the tower. And then you can go.
Okay.
You can leave here.
Oh,
I want to kill that
let's go
bitch.
back and talk. And I am going to step down from the tree and follow her, trying very hard to
She-
remember the place, specifically the way I took here.
Yep. Okay. Anybody else want to do anything else?
No, I'm still arguing.
I'm good.
Grush is like
Okay.
someone is wrong on the internet. I can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
He will not stop until the troll is silenced.
Okay. Todrick, what are you doing?
I am stood where Fillion left me, and I am waiting now for him.
Okay. Bellator and Elrahir, what are you doing in the inn? Apart from enjoying the stew.
Depending on how long it takes, taking a short rest.
Just about 20 minutes. You could classify as doing that as you two taking a short rest.
I agree. I'm having a short rest.
Okay. You two may spend your hit dice. And that's where we will wrap it up for
Okie
tonight.
dokie.
Yeah. There's one last thing I completely forgot by talking to this woman. You said I would have to be in conversation with her to insight check her, and then I started a conversation and forgot to insight check her.
Yes. Give me the insight check.
Because that is kind of... I mean, I am going to follow her either way, but that would be decisive for what I do after that. Insight. It's not even that.
She has spoken no lie, but she is very definitely hiding something.
That I did expect, yes, but the main part of this is her domain. And
That's true. That is true. She strongly believes that this is her domain. Oh, well done, Bert.
I'm a little bit stumped as to how Fillion would proceed from here.
I
Are
will
you
tell
with
you.
the townsfolk?
No, Fillion's heading back with the lady. I'm waiting for Fillion. You're arguing with whoever you're arguing with, and Bellator and Elra here are in the tavern. Yeah, and I am getting ready to smash this lady in the face with my maul.
Well, we'll find out what
Thought you
happens
were gonna
next.
stab her with this